Visit us and call Daniel or Bo at Town Village Audubon Park at 901-374-7342. There's no place like home. Town Village Audubon Park.
Welcome to Sports 56 Mornings with Peter Edmiston. Co-hosting Sports 56 Mornings is Anthony Sane. Here are Peter and Anthony with Sports 56 Mornings.
Friday, everybody. We made it to Friday. Some of us weren't sure that we'd get there, to be honest, this week. But we made it. Middle of a global pandemic, we made it to Friday. So you know what? Pat yourself on the back. Congratulate yourself. Get yourself a round of applause. Because it's tough out there, and you made it. So that alone is worthy of praise. Well done. Thank you. Also, you made another good decision because you joined us this morning. So 2 good decisions already in a morning is, that's cause for celebration. And we will celebrate with you for the next 3 hours. Peter Edmiston, Isenito. Hola.
What's up, man? What's up?
Hola, Senito. ¿Qué tal?
You doing all right, my brother?
I'm good. How are you?
Man, trying to make it, man.
Fabulous. I love that nickname. And, of course, joining us to produce today's program is the legendary Zachary Boyd. Zach with a K. It's Zachary with an H, but Zach with a K. Remember that.
Yeah.
Learn to love that.
Makes zero sense. Only in his mind. It makes
like so many things about Zach, it makes
yeah.
no sense, and yet it's perfectly appropriate.
Vegetarian who doesn't eat alternative meat. That's the strangest thing in the world.
That's right. That's exactly right. So, Zach, good morning. How are you?
Oh, boy. Good Lord. Good morning.
Off to a rip-roaring start.
Good morning.
For Zach today. Okay, buddy.
Jesus.
You all right? Did you have a rough night last night? You okay?
No, I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm just, I need the weekend.
Okay.
Oh,
we're almost there.
I need the
We're
weekend.
almost there.
But
We're almost
saying,
there.
to answer, to comment on your statement,
Oh,
all
don't.
all alternative meat options are not created equal. Just to let you know.
That's right. They're all created in a lab.
Explain.
No.
Don't explain. No. I don't have
just
time for it. Yeah.
No, we don't have, no. Just we'll table that.
We got an action-packed show here tonight.
We got to table that discussion. Coming up today on the show, obviously we're going to talk a lot of football. Get you set for the college football weekend. A interesting one, a big one, also a big weekend of hoops, including the first Memphis doubleheader of the year. Tigers against Auburn at 4:00, and then 7:00. The Grizzlies tip off their preseason schedule against the Minnesota Timberwolves. So that's exciting. That's fantastic. We'll talk about both of those games. Good news for the Tigers on the injury front. Looks good for Landers Nolley against Auburn. We'll see. But that certainly looks better. We'll talk about what the Tigers have to do against, frankly, not a real good Auburn team. Certainly not a team that's anywhere close to Final Four type quality that we've seen in years past from Auburn, but definitely a step up from the Mississippi Valley States of the world.
Yeah.
So we'll
Auburn's been shooting the ball like crazy. So, yeah, got to talk about that matchup as well. How they're going to defend the three.
We'll talk about that. Tonight is also the beginning of the NBA's preseason schedule. So we'll get some actual NBA basketball. For those of you that have been thirsting and said, oh, my God, when can we watch the New York Knicks play? When can we watch the Orlando Magic play? When can we watch the Atlanta Hawks play? Well, a lot of these teams, like the Knicks and the Hawks and the Pistons, have been off since March. And they're back on the court for the first time in 9 months. There's some babies that were born into this world that have never, during the gestation period of their mom, had never known a single game of the Detroit Pistons, and now they will.
They're going to take their first breathing breaths watching the Knicks game.
That's right. Those are cursed babies. Don't
No babies are cursed.
Don't let your babies be. Well, if they first thing they do is watch the Knicks, they are. So you got to watch out for that.
Do you believe when do you agree when people say that that all babies are beautiful? Do you believe it? Do you agree with it?
The concept of a baby is beautiful.
In theory, yes.
Yes. No, the concept of a baby is beautiful. The potential of that baby is beautiful.
The follow through might not be as gorgeous.
Our babies from a aesthetic standpoint coming right out of the gate, all beautiful? No, definitely not. Not even close. Many are horrifying. But that does not mean that they're not beautiful spirits and
right.
wonderful and all of that stuff. Yes, but to the parents, they're lovely. That's nothing more beautiful.
Yeah.
But yes, I've seen some unfortunate babies coming right out of the gate. That happens sometimes. So we got all of that coming up on the show. Also coming up, we normally would talk to our friend Adam Kramer about college football, but he tells me that he is visiting his folks up in an area where there is no signal to speak of. So he's
today there's no signal on Adam Kramer's phone.
That's right.
Oh.
Imagine what that must be.
Yeah, imagine what he must be in a rough patch, man.
Imagine. So very kind of him to let us know. We don't go through with all that.
Yeah.
Kari Thompson is going to join us though at 9:00 to talk preps, among other things, as we are trying to figure out what this is going to look like. It's been a very challenging year. We do have some positive news on the Mr. Football front, though.
All right.
From a couple of local guys. We'll talk about that. And then at 9:30, a fun special guest, Clyde Avant. Clyde the Glide Avant, former Tiger wide receiver, also former member of the Tiger Cheer Squad. One of the few.
How did he pull out that double duty?
I know that's fantastic. He's now a musician and a speed coach. He coaches kids how to be fast. Up in the Nashville area, but he's got a new song. We'll play a little bit of his song and talk to him about his singing career and a few other things. That's coming up at 9:30. So some fun stuff from a former Tiger out there. We'll chat about that. If you want to join us, you can. There's a number of different ways to do it. We encourage you here on Sports 56, 96.1 and 98.5 for you to join us. We are live and local after all. You can text us at 67129. That's 67129. On the First Bank text line. We would love to hear from you there. You can also give us a call, 360-8255, 901-360-8255. Today it's going to be a nice day, at least to begin with. There are some opportunity for some precipitation later on this evening. But throughout the actual day, you should be fine. You should be good to go. High right around 65 or so. Nice day, not too much rain until the evening time rolls around. And then it's going to be a little bit wet this evening. And the weekend will get cooler because that's going to be what they call a cold front, Anthony's saying, that's going to be coming in. And, I am sort of the meteorologist of this show. So I can tell you that as a cold front comes in, it makes things colder.
It's usually how it works.
And so it's going to bring that cold air in. And then from that point on, so it's going to be 67. And then after that, it may not be in the 60s for a while. Certainly next week, highs are going to be in the 40s. So, if you want to enjoy some outdoor weather now, today, I encourage you to go do it today. Today's the day. Get outside. Go run around. Take the kids out there. Take the dog for a walk, whatever you got to do today. Today's the day to do it because it's going to get a little bit colder this weekend and a lot colder next week. So anyway, that's the show. That's the setup. Come join us. Come be a part of it. We appreciate it very much. Last night, Rams throttled the Patriots 24-3, getting I would say a measure of revenge on that wretched, terrible Super Bowl from a couple of years ago. If you remember that thing, 10-3 was the Super Bowl. I mean, it's good Lord, terrible. Patriots 6-7 now. With the sort of the itinerant wanderer / your aunt at Thanksgiving / pilgrim Cam Newton at quarterback, not good. It's not going all that well. I don't know if you watched last night, but it's just I don't know.
Looking kind of bad for Killer Cam out there. Did you see any post game?
He got pulled.
Any post game outfits that we can talk about?
Yeah, I've watched. I've seen his outfit. His outfit is actually for him. It's very restrained because he's actually got a Patriots jacket on, sort of like a Patriots like a
Is he actually
varsity
dressed like he?
jacket kind of
Oh,
thing.
okay. I thought you said he was dressed like he was in the war or something, like he was in the Revolution.
No, he's got Patriots
Okay.
an actual Patriots jacket on. He's got his clear glasses, and he looks. I mean, like for him, it's extremely conservative. For most guys, it would be kind of a weird look, but for him, it's pretty much just a conservative look. But he was upset because he got replaced by Jarrett Stidham late in the game. Patriots were down by what would end up being the final score at 24-3. And Bill Belichick afterwards said Cam's our quarterback. So he's not going to replace Cam Newton with Stidham permanently, but that's just the way that it is. But it's clearly just not working.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like it's just not there. Like he can still run the ball, and he's had 11 touchdowns on the ground, but through the air, 5 touchdowns and 10 interceptions.
Not too.
That
good.
ain't good.
No, it's not good at all.
That ain't good.
No. I watched during halftime of yesterday's game. I just kind of looked up some old Cam Newton stuff on YouTube. He's falling off
sad.
a little.
You just wanted,
Yeah,
to
he's
see
falling
a
off a
little.
little. Like his whole
sure.
swag is gone, man. Like his whole because he was like the Michael Jordan in the NFL like 4 years ago. Like he was how we look at Jackson now. I mean, he was the real deal. Like, and he's like not that guy anymore.
I mean, it was MVP season. Like
Yeah.
In 15, he was the MVP. He was running it, passing it. Like he looked physically. He's so big.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like in especially those years, man. He just looked like this big dude who could run and could throw. Like, you know, he reminded me of LeBron. Like it's just this like when you see LeBron in person, you're like, how is this dude 6'8", like 250, and he's like doing all that. Like Cam's the same way. Cam's like 6'6", 2. He's similar size to LeBron,
Right.
and he's doing all this crazy stuff, and you're thinking, wow. And now he can't throw it. And I don't know whether it was the Super Bowl run or whether it's I mean, a preponderance of injuries, all kinds of stuff that happened to him. But he is not. It's not the same guy. It's definitely not the same guy.
Like I said, the same way we look at Lamar Jackson, kind of like being. We all know that he's kind of like that people's quarterback. You know what I mean? Like he's the one that people kind of cheered and want to see him do well. Like Cam Newton was the guy that was like that superhero quarterback, that larger than life figure, as opposed to Mahomes, who everyone knows is the better quarterback. You know what I mean? We talked about that before the season started, and that's how Cam Newton was. Man, like I mean, Father Time and all that is one thing, but it just makes you wonder, like, was it all system, or like he's fallen way off, and he's healthy. Like there's nothing. It's hard to see the man
rough.
fall off like that. Like for sure.
It's rough. Tigers do play against Auburn. The Tiger basketball team plays against Auburn in Atlanta tomorrow, 4:00 tip-off. And Tigers feel like, I mean, again, if you listen to Penny says that they're gaining an identity. They have high confidence now. They're seeing the rotations. They're seeing the closeout. They see the man-to-man defense. They see that their offense is starting to execute. DJ Jeffries was asked about the identity on offense, and he says, I really don't know, to be honest. I guess he wants us to get in the paint, make plays, you know? Yeah! Good quote. We love it. I don't know, but hey, that's where it is. Are you confident that the Tigers are better now after these 3 blowouts against bad teams than they were?
No.
Me neither. Okay, I'm glad you said that.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm not either.
you're playing. I mean, you don't.
They
know.
might be. They might be.
You can't play teams that bad and think that you learned something, like you gathered something from it, other than picking up wins and confidence. But they didn't.
Yeah, confidence is fine. Yeah, you
Right.
can get some confidence. That's all right.
They're still not making shots, but you know, and especially in college basketball, man, you see a lot of times where teams play to their level of competition. So maybe when they play Auburn, they'll crank it up a notch. But you know. But I wonder when people listen to our show, do they think that we are kind of down on this team? Like, we're not. They just kind of are what they are. Like, they'll be fine. Like, Penny's still going to have probably another 20-win season. If they, you know, COVID permitting, they'll probably have another 20-win season, you know. So I'm not saying this is a crap team or anything, but, I mean, they're just, you know, whatever. If you have expectations of this being just this incredible team, like this, that's just not what they're going to be this year. Like, I don't see how they could be. But, you know, could they beat Auburn? You know, we'll see.
Well, I mean, the thing is, Auburn's not that great.
No.
At least not so far. I mean, they got absolutely throttled by Gonzaga, but no shock. I mean, Gonzaga's really good. They barely by St. Joseph's, who's not a team. They didn't really play all that well last Friday against South Alabama, and they won. But South Alabama, again, is not a very good team either.
No.
And then they lost to UCF, who is a middle-of-the-road American team. I look at some rankings from Ken Pom, all these Bart Torvik, and they're all teams in the 110s, 120. UCF's 127. Auburn is ranked 116 right now, so it's not like Auburn is a juggernaut by any stretch of the imagination. But if you look at the Tigers' schedule coming up, they really aren't going to play anyone of note throughout the year. Like, it's just they don't have much on the schedule. If you look kind of what they're going to face, it's not much. From a power ranking standpoint, Auburn is one of the better teams that they'll play, and Auburn's not that great. Then it's Tulane, Tulsa, South Florida, Temple, UCF. Only when you get to SMU do you start to get a team that's in the top 75 kind of area. Then back down to Tulsa, Wichita is going to be in the top 100. That's about it. I mean, Houston.
Yeah, it's conference play. It is the conference. It is what it is after this. So
Houston is the only team really. In Cincinnati, maybe. But Houston for sure. And so you gotta win these games. I mean, they gotta pile up. They got to pile up W's. And just a reminder again, you watch them beat Mississippi Valley State. Mississippi Valley State was literally the worst team in the Ken Pom rankings. There are 357 teams in college basketball. They are 357th.
Shout out to them.
Like the worst.
Shout out to them for even deciding to even play a season if you're that bad.
I mean, at this point, they need to pull a Coach K and just
We talked about poor Marco Gaduric, who had to go to the bubble just not even play.
Yeah,
passing all these COVID protocols and all that, being away from his family just to high five the guys on the bench. Imagine Mississippi Valley State having to go through all this, risking COVID to be the worst team in college basketball. I think I'd opt out.
Yeah. I think it's about time to opt out.
Yeah, focus on academics, man. Just don't even.
To be quite honest with you, yeah.
Focus on staying alive out here, man. Don't even let this basketball stuff bother you, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, Auburn takes and makes a lot of threes. They rebound well. They're kind of what Penny wants his team to be. If you look at recruiting, he has a lot of versatile wings, big guards, things like that. Plays a versatile big as well. Be interesting to see how Memphis, defends them, especially with taking and making threes the way they do. And just hope Memphis can, knock down their own fair share of threes to keep up with what Auburn may be able to bring.
That's going to be the thing. Going to have to see what they can do. And they're going to just have to find out this identity that seems to be, according to DJ Jeffrey, still somewhat unclear as to what they want to do.
Maybe they have a secret identity.
Classic secret identity. The only thing that Auburn seems to really do exceptionally well statistically is offensive rebound. They're a pretty good offensive rebounding team, so you have to be kind of careful about that. They do take an awful lot of threes. That is true.
Yeah.
There's no question about that. In fact, their three-point rate is 58.4% of their shots are threes, which is number one in the country.
But we've got the type of team that's equipped to defend the three well. We've got a lot of our own versatile long guys on the perimeter who athletic, get in your face, get after you. Teams have shot very, very low percentages against us, so maybe we can match up well against them.
Yeah, they shoot a lot, so we'll see. But Mississippi Valley State was a top 10 shooting team too in terms of how many threes they shoot.
Mm-hmm. Maybe there was some practice for Auburn. They was getting ready for Auburn.
Good. Stylistically, I think it was a pretty good practice for Auburn because they did make. If you remember, they did make a bunch. They hit 12. They hit 12 threes and only 9 twos in that game against Memphis. They do shoot similar percentage as well. So that at least it was stylistically a similar thing. It's from a talent standpoint. No, massive upgrade coming this week.
Yeah,
like I said, we'll talk more about that. We'll also talk about the Grizzlies and their preseason opener coming up against Minnesota. We'll talk about Coach K and his decision. He kind of, I don't know, put to some degree put his money where his mouth is to his players. We'll talk about that. We'll also take a look around college football and tell you what's up, what's happening, what isn't happening, and what's going to be coming up. So all of that still to come here on the program, live and local from the Family Leisure Studios. This is Sports 56 Mornings. Peter and Sane with you. Sports 56 98.5 96.1.
Memphis Tiger fans, catch the Blue and Gray Show with John Stacey and Drew Barrett, Sunday nights from 5 till 7, right here on Sports 56, 98.5 and 96.1.
I want to do some bragging rights. Hey, I was just the other day overhearing a conversation with Big Mike, the manager of DeSoto Auto Sales. They've got people buying cars all over the country. North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, Alabama, Arkansas, Texas. People from all over the country buy cars at DeSoto Auto Sales in Olive Branch, Mississippi. Why? DeSoto Auto Sales has the most stringent car inspection in America. They get it right the first time. Quality and low mileage, factory warranty on most vehicles. My favorite part is the people who work there. Big Mike, all the employees are professional, friendly, and go that extra mile. Expect as you walk in the door, you are treated like family. DeSoto Auto Sales understands your time matters. We can help you find your dream car and get all the paperwork finished in less than an hour. Come see us at DeSoto Auto Sales and be part of our family. Have a great buying experience every time. 662-890-7184.
What's up, Memphis? This is former Memphis kicker Steven Gostkowski. I know you've heard of Platinum Jewelers by now. You've heard from former Grizzly Mike Miller and my man D'Angelo Williams tell you about them. Now take it from me, a two-time Super Bowl champ. Platinum Jewelers is the best in the business. When it's time for jewelry, make sure you give Platinum Jewelers a look before you buy.
Platinum Jewelers has a brand new location in Germantown at 9387 Poplar Avenue. Visit them or at 545 Perkins Extended in East Memphis or online at platinumjewelers.com.
Looking for a great place to deposit your money? Try First Bank. Competitive CD rates, a money market that moves with Wall Street prime and interest-bearing checking account options. Not to mention their friendly bankers who make decisions locally. To find out more, stop by one of First Bank's 3 local branches. 6482 Poplar Avenue, just east of International Paper. 8398 Highway 64 across from Wolf Chase. And 6280 Highway 64 in Oakland. Or visit firstbankonline.com. Member FDIC.
There's a new commissary in town in Collierville. Germantown Commissary is doubling. Yeah, they're still going to have the old Germantown Commissary by the tracks, but now there's a huge new Germantown Commissary in Collierville at Poplar and Houston Levee Road. It's huge, too. There's a drive-through. There's plenty of parking. No telephone pole to get in your way. A cool patio. It's right by the track, so the tradition continues. And this is a tradition that's been around forever. That commissary is famous for hickory-smoked, slow-cooked Memphis-style barbecue. They've got a private party room at the new one in Collierville. Self-catering still continues. Party packs for $5.95. Basically, the great ribs, the great pulled shoulder, the great deviled eggs. Everything is there in Collierville and Germantown now. So there is now a Germantown and Collierville style of barbecue. It's called Germantown Commissary.
All 36-month leases, $31.49 due at signing, 0 security deposit, $650 acquisition fee, 10,000 miles per year, 20 cents excess mileage, Forte, ME 299.10, MSRP 20,625, sold M7755 682, MSRP 20,315, K5MG 003199, MSRP 25,725, includes all manufacturer rebates and incentives, PF 695, excludes tax title and license with approved credit warranty is a limited powertrain warranty. See Kia.com or retailer for details. Offer valid through 12/31/20. Dealer stock only.
Are you ready to be happy this holiday season? Well, we got you covered at Gossett Kia South Mount Moriah. So come be happy with Kia's holiday sales event. Command the season. 2020 Kia Forte, $142 a month lease. 2021 Kia Soul, $148 a month lease. Plus 2021 Kia K5, $192 a month lease. All just 36 months, $31.49 due at signing. Stay happy all season long with Forte, $142, Soul, $148, Kia K5, $192. So whether you live in Horn Lake, South Haven, Olive Branch, or Memphis, you'll be happy at Gossett Kia, 2680 Mount Moriah or KiaMountMoriah.com.
If you want it, we got it at Gossett Motor Cars. Hi, this is Rob Brown. Join us every Saturday morning on Sports 56 WHBQ from 8 to 10 a.m. and 96.1 FM and the new FM 98.5. We'll be covering the Memphis Tigers, the SEC, college football, college basketball, college baseball. We'll look into recruiting. We'll have guests from around the country with the latest news, the most knowledgeable people out there, the coaches, the players, the people who play the games. Don't forget to join us on the sidelines. Sports 56, 96.1, and the new FM 98.5.
Sports 56 traffic.
We're working a crash on Sycamore View north of I-40 near Shelby Oaks Drive. That's Sycamore View north of I-40 near Shelby Oaks. Also, we have two separate car crashes on Lamar Avenue. We have one on Lamar at Holmes Road, and also we have one on Lamar south of American Way. That's again, Lamar Avenue at Holmes Road and Lamar Avenue south of American Way. Those two separate accidents on Lamar. And that's your Sports 56 traffic update.
Welcome back to Sports 56 Mornings with Peter Edmiston.
Yes, I will be good, I promise.
Co-hosting Sports 56 Mornings is Anthony Sane.
That's great, man.
Now, back to Peter and Anthony.
What's happening on Lamar out there, Zach?
I mean, we got two separate accidents on Lamar, man.
Now, what's happening? Why are people... If you're on Lamar, stop hitting each other.
Come on, man.
Jeez.
Yeah, that definitely helped.
Maybe it's something distracting on the side of the road.
Yeah, so we got something going on, some weird situation happening down there.
Nothing weird, just
Lamar area.
Yeah,
y'all know how I go down on Lamar, man.
Typically, Lamar is like.
Sometimes on Lamar, things can happen on Lamar. Things do happen on Lamar.
See a couple of
that are
distractions
unusual.
on the side of the road, man.
That's
the old kettle on Lamar and Winchester. the kettle restaurant, you know.
That's right.
Known truck stop, you know.
Lamar is like a traveling road.
Traveling man's paradise.
It's a back
That's
road.
right. There are a few places where you could take an hour or two break from Lamar. If you want. Right there on the side, not too far away. So if you want to
probably something like
get
that.
Get off your feet for an hour or two, you probably
got some new hires out there on Lamar, man. Just causing.
That's right.
Yeah.
You check it out. It's a Friday. It's a Friday, baby. Come on.
Oh, yeah.
Take it easy on Lamar.
News. Before we get back into the other realms we were talking about, sad news, man. We lost Tommy Lister, man. Zeus, Tiny Lister.
He has some missed-out ties too. Not really sure. Like, I know he's got people from down there because I used to see him in the mall all the time. You used to see him in the mall a lot.
I ran into him in Miami, downtown Miami, Florida. I was it was Super Bowl weekend because we were covering the Super Bowl. Me and Will Askew, we were staying with a friend of mine who lived down there at the time, and we were all out, and we may have been somewhat inebriated. That did happen from time to time, and I'm standing by himself at like kind of a bus stop area in Miami was none other than Tommy Lister. And I lost my mind.
Yeah, he's huge. He looks as intimidating.
He's a big dude.
Yeah, he's a nice guy, but he looks as intimidating in real life.
I was on the other side of the street because we were about to go into this establishment that was outside, and I ran across the street I as the kids say, marked out. I was I don't know. There's not very. I have a weird kind of thing where there's not a lot that at this point in my life that makes me just kind of be like a kid again, But that was like making me like a kid again. That remind me of
me and Penny Hardaway.
Debo it's like you and Penny Hardaway, very similar. Except me and I was thinking No Holds Barred. Teamed up with the Macho Man. I mean, and I went over to. I started talking to him about. I was like, man, this could not have been nicer. Like the nicest dude, and we had a long conversation. Like he was the nicest guy, chatting about this, that, and the other. What's going on? How's this? How's that? I mean, like just was totally fine with, some random dude coming up to him in the middle of the night. I was like, he was ready for it. He was cool. By the end, he was wanting to go have a drink with us and come hang out with us. But then his ride showed up, and then he had to bounce. But he was about to come hang out with us for a little bit. We were gonna have. I was bummed out because we were like this close to partying with
Debo and Zeus. Yeah.
Yeah, because I was like, man, I'm gonna get you a drink. Come on, let's go talk about this. He's like, all right. And then ride came in.
I'm sure there's a
good dude though. Good dude.
we'll probably have to ask Dustin Stardust next time we talk to him. Like, as a child, I remember him being in the ring, but I don't remember whether he was good or bad in the ring. I just
He's
remember.
terrible. Absolutely terrible.
Okay, I just remember wanting Hulk Hogan to beat him. Like I don't know if there's a backstory where he did
so bad that they couldn't even like have him do anything.
So
he was awful.
He jumped straight in the ring. There was no territorial stuff, and he just went straight to.
No, he went straight to the ring as sort of a way to publicize the movie.
Right,
and they didn't. I don't even. It didn't appear that they really even trained him at all, because he just basically they went in there and he just took. They would hit him in the back with a chair and he wouldn't sell it, and then he would. Do these weird chops and stuff, and then people would act like they were getting hit by a truck, and that was pretty much it. Like he was not. They didn't do much with him because he was not very good. But that's okay. That's all right. That's
hey,
it's fine.
Still Zebo. Still Debo. Shout out to him for
Zebo.
who pretty much indirectly gave us Zebo. The name Zebo came from Debo.
That's right. Debo. Man.
He's one of those guys who, like, everyone knows who he is. Like, you might not know why you know who he is, but even if you've never seen Friday,
absolutely,
you know you know who Debo.
You know that dude.
Yeah.
Well, so we lost him 62, man, too young. So send our best to his family. Friday is, without a doubt, one of the most rewatchable movies in history. You could watch that movie 1,000 times, and it's still. You'll watch it 1,001st time. You won't if you just flipping through and you come across it, you'll watch it.
Mm-hmm. That's
it's a great movie.
Well.
It's a great movie. All right, so as we honor his memory, we talked about the Tigers playing college basketball. Interesting that Alabama coach Nate Oates. Did you hear this?
No.
Did you hear Nate Oates' comment? Hey, if you can, Zach, can you pull up? I know on the ESPN story they've got his comments about Coach K. I'd like to hear Nate Oates talking about this because he was kind of saying the stuff that we, and that a lot of people were implying or just outright saying about Duke and about what Coach K was doing and about what Coach K's situation was.
I think I'm going to like this.
And he kind of went out there and was just you could tell he was kind of holding back some stuff. Like he says some things and then he kind of backs off a little bit and then he says a few things and he kind of comes back. And but if you can listen to what Nate Oates has to say.
There's audio available. Can we possibly play?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Listen, I'm saying listen to.
Oh, you got
Nate
it fired up.
Yeah, I'm saying we got listen to Nate Oates and what he has to say.
Do you think if Coach K hadn't lost the 2 non-conference games at home, if he'd still be saying that?
Probably not.
Okay, I just wanted you to say it, not me. So look, here's my deal on it. I think we'd have a whole lot more problems if we weren't playing games. Like everybody talks about COVID. Here's the other thing: if COVID is so bad, all these I'm trying to do my best to keep the mask up. I've already had COVID, so technically I shouldn't have to keep it up.
That boy said he got some antibodies.
I'm still within the 150 days that the NCAA's recommended. I see all these other guys that haven't had it and they're masked down the whole game. It's like they got a chin strap on. So if they're really worried about COVID, you'd think their mask would be up the whole game, right? So I think some of them are using no, we should be playing, in my opinion. We 100% should be playing basketball. Nobody talks about the mental. There's a kid out of Detroit that went to another high major that I just talked to his uncle the other day because his cousin played for me in Detroit. He went to a high major school somewhere, mental health issue, came home because he was quarantined for weeks on end when he got there. Like, what are these guys going to do? If I got 3 daughters, like they need to be in school. Like, humans aren't made to sit alone in isolation for weeks and weeks on end. We got to be careful with how we do life, but you still got to do life. Part of life, a huge part of life for all these guys I'm coaching is being in the gym playing basketball. So I think their mental health is in a much better spot playing basketball. I think the school, the SEC, the NCAA has done a really good job making sure that we're not putting any of them in danger. So, I
there you go.
Don't agree with them.
How about Nate Oates right there?
Hey,
I'm
gonna say this, man.
For me, so
I'm gonna say this, bro. Some of the stuff he said points to other takes that I probably won't agree with.
Yeah, I agree. There were definitely some suspicious
he had
things
some
in there.
buzzwords. He dropped some buzzwords, and he's like, "Oh, okay, he's one of these guys."
Yeah.
Okay, he might have texted the show before, but for the most part, man, I'm rocking with Nate Oates, man. And Nate Oates said, "Man, I got them antibodies, man. Like, I still wear a mask. Don't talk to me about like what y'all, don't talk to me."
If it's so bad, why aren't you guys wearing
you
your
got
mask?
your mask
You
around
got
your
it on your
chin.
chin strap. Like,
Come on, Nate Oates.
You think Coach K would, if he hadn't been lost these games? Oh, you said it. Okay, all right.
Hey, man, sign me up.
I mean,
that's crazy.
Sign me up for Nate Oates.
You don't usually see that kind of slander. And Ryan, even our Duke fan who listens to the show, Ryan, who says, as your only Duke fan who listens to the show, I would also agree with Coach Oates. Come on, Coach K. If we are 4-0, then we want to play.
Yep. Hey, I'm glad he said it.
Texter also appreciates the Zach's moment of silence for Cam Newton's career.
This morning.
In the earlier moment of silence for the Cowboys.
It's rough out here, man.
Oh,
it's rough.
We just pay homage, man. We just
it's a moment of silence for Zeus as well.
Right. Man. Come on, man.
Exactly.
Nate Oates, man. How did I not see that, bro? Like, why do you saying that you need to watch this now? You should have shot that to me, man.
I like to see your reaction sometimes. I like to see your live, true reaction to stuff.
Sign me up for Coach Oates, man.
So Nate Oates, I mean, essentially say, do you think if Coach K hadn't lost his 2 non-conference games at home that he would still be saying that? And then he's like, lets the reporter say no. He's like, okay.
I'll let you say it. That's one of my moves.
I'll let you. And that one of my favorite thing is my second favorite thing about his comment was that he could not really finish a sentence. He'd be like, we have anyway. It just some guys are using this. Anyway, we got to go. What about the
Nate Oates sound like me if I was a college coach. For real. I do the same stuff. I cut off sentences too, man. I be thinking about what I'm about to say. Like, I can't say that. So just forget everything I said. Yeah, say notes. That was at the break. I was about to log off of Zoom and reason to log in. Say notes. Just
say notes. Well, I always like coach on coach crime.
Oh yeah, all the time.
I appreciate that very much. I appreciate coaches doing that.
Yeah.
I do think it's important to point out that.
I like the antibodies flex might have been the best part of the interview, though. Flexing them antibodies, man. Like that was,
I already had COVID.
Hey, man.
I've been through it, man. I've been through it.
I'm flexing these antibodies on y'all right now.
I already had it, man. It's crazy.
Oh god.
So it's bad. It's bad out there, and I mean, like, again, if we're being honest, like. They absolutely need the money, college basketball does, that comes from the tournament. They absolutely need to play the tournament. They don't need to play the season. And they don't really need to play the tournament if things are like this. But they really don't need to play the season. Again, a reminder, each of the last 2 days, we lost more Americans on each of the last 2 days than we did in 9/11.
Right.
And every day, probably from here for the next 2 weeks or 3 weeks, will be the same. 3,000 plus people, 3,100, 3,200, 3,500. Like, to act like it's normal, or that we should just be kind of trying to be a normal life, and I don't know. It doesn't make a lot of sense to me. And in particular, because of the nature, not only are all the precautions that have to be taken, but then the fact that there's so many things that have to be canceled, rearranged. Duke, for their part, is canceling sort of a grandiose statement from Coach K about we're going to cancel our non-conference schedule, which amounted to 1 game, which was against Gardner-Webb, and then choosing not to reschedule 2 other games. But he made it sound like it was some kind of unbelievable, like we're canceling the rest of the season. No, it was 1 game. It's 1 game. Mm-hmm. It was. And they're going to have 13 days off, but Ole Miss just got done playing, and they've had way more than 13 days off because of all the COVID stuff. Tennessee, all that. It's a bad situation, and the answer would be like if you were making the decision right now, saying if they were trying to plan for, let's say the season started in March and they were making the plans for the season, would they play the season now? With the cases being what they are and with what's happening in the country being what it is right now?
Say it again.
So let's say the college basketball season didn't start until March.
Okay.
If they're planning it right now, are they going to play?
They probably will because they feel like they'll be pretty advanced on the pretty close to the vaccine.
Yeah, but the vaccine, just because you get it's still got to take time. It doesn't. It's ultimately going to have to be the way they're doing it now is 2 doses, and it's going to be it's going to take a while for it to come into play. It's not going to materially affect the cases between now and
I still think they would, though. I saw LaFonso Ellis speaking in response to what Coach K was talking about. And he was like, oh, yeah, college basketball. Oh, no, that's not right. College basketball is fine. We're playing ball. Everything's going to be good. I was like, man, I'm a pretty optimistic dude about this stuff. But I'm not going like LaFonso Ellis, he was like, oh, no, it's fine. Yeah, we're rolling. We got to play. We got to play. Everything's going perfectly right now. I was like, oh, I don't know about that one. But, yeah. Yeah, they'll play. Yeah, they still play. You think they wouldn't?
I don't know. I think if you were trying to take it seriously, you wouldn't.
They're clearly not doing that, though.
Because of the sheer numbers are staggering. Deaths, hospitalizations, cases. All the factors are all. If you look at the charts, they're all significantly higher than they were at the worst parts of the pandemic. Way worse. And because of fatigue and all this stuff, we were sort of just trying to glide past it like, hey, it's no big deal. No, I don't. I mean, I don't think if they're being real about it, I don't think they would. But obviously, they need to preserve the tournament at all costs. So that's the number one thing for them is just to preserve that tournament, whatever it has to be, whatever we have to do, all that stuff. But I wonder, if a team is getting to the point in their season later on, February, March. There's going to be a lot of compelling evidence. I would bet you a lot of. I mean, the evidence is going to be hopefully that the vaccine is starting to be spread around and that people are taking it seriously and that things will get a lot better. That would be the hope by March that you'd see some significant improvements. But let's say a team is in the Final Four and a dude tests positive. How much motivation is there going to be to, call that a false positive, to, maybe not even tell anyone about it? You're talking about a Final Four game.
Right.
What if a Final Four game is affected by it? What if you have to cancel a Final Four game? Or what if you have to postpone one for 2 weeks to play it? I mean, there's all these weird dilemmas that come up as a result of this stuff that I don't know. I think it's college basketball season is hanging on by a thread, just in terms of its legitimacy.
So you're saying if Gonzaga was in the Final Four and Jalen Suggs got hurt, Jalen Suggs had COVID, you could see.
Well, for example, Gonzaga already played their game. They already had 2 players and a staff member that had COVID and still played.
Right. Which is why I threw that out there.
Exactly. So to answer your question, yes, they would.
You could see some shenanigans possibly happening.
Shenanigans for sure. That's the word. That's the word I'd look for. Shenanigans. All right. When we come back, good news for a player who may not have been expecting it and not 100% sure that he deserves it, but we'll see. We'll talk about it when we return. Hour number 1, still here, doing our thing in the Family Leisure Studios. Sports 56 Morning. Stick around.
We are Sports 56 WHBQ. Listen to us daily on AM 560, 98.5 FM, and 96.1 FM.
I just left those Ford and Toyota dealers. You ought to see their selection of new cars and trucks. And you should see their prices. Santa trades a Sunrise Buick GMC truck. Top trade-in for old sleds. Immediate financing. A true bargain lot with cars and trucks under $99.95. And remember, Sunrise specializes in first-time buyers. Want to buy a car or truck and have some left over for the holidays? SunriseMemphis.com. Covington, Pike, Wolfchase, and Collierville. Happy holidays.
Just announced employee pricing for everyone on select models.
Water damage to your home or business can be an absolute nightmare. And the faster you remove the standing water, the faster you can prevent secondary damage. Landmark Construction and Emergency Services specializes in water extraction. They have been a trusted name in the Mid-South for over 20 years. They are a Memphis-based company ready to serve your needs with their 24-hour emergency response. They are always on call and will respond within an hour. They work with most insurance companies and are the official restoration contractor of the Memphis Tigers home team. Landmark Construction and Emergency Services can't prevent disasters in your home and at your business, but their water damage team will certainly respond quickly to minimize and restore the damage. Call 901-452-0390. That's 901-452-0390 or online at landmarkco.org.
Even in times like these, special occasions happen. And when an occasion calls for special, it calls for 117 Prime, Memphis's premier downtown dining destination. From the spectacular 36-ounce porterhouse paired with a Ferrari Carano Cabernet, to the jumbo lump crab cakes, to the raw bar with oysters fresh off the boat from the Gulf and the East Coast, there is simply no finer dining experience in Memphis than 117 Prime in the heart of downtown. These are complicated times, but if you want simply the best, you want 117 Prime.
Hey, I heard that you just got a new car.
Yes, I sure did, and I could not believe how simple it was.
Really? Tell me what happened.
I bought my car at Cars Inc. They are family owned, and the choices of cars were the best I've ever seen. They even said they could price match with anyone and help me with whatever financing I needed.
Wow, it does sound like they know what they are doing.
Their family has been in the car business for over 30 years, and they're excited about being in Memphis.
Where are they?
5095 Cummington Way, and their phone number is 901-623-7180.
And now a game of Commercial Chicken, brought to you by Progressive, where we see how long Flo can go without talking about insurance. Ready? Go.
So the weather is just all over the place lately, right? One day it's hot, and the next day it's windy for a while. It's like, make up your mind already. Drivers who switch to Progressive could save big.
Okay, you win. We can't help but save customers money. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
All 75 months at 3.4%. G4 LHF 129.69. MSRP 17,064. Outlander LZ 042383. MSRP 26,235. PEV LZ 038819. MSRP 38.1. Outlander PEV qualifies for a $5,836 federal tax credit. Consult your tax advisor. Includes all rebates in the SPF 695. Excludes tax filing license with approved credit. CD for complete details. Offer ends 12/31/2020. Dealer stock only.
Where can you find 0% APR for 60 months? Plus up to $1,000 cash back on 2020 crossovers. Plus $500 holiday cash. Plus payments at $99 a month. We gossip at Gossett Mitsubishi on the Pike during the 2020 year-end sales event. 2020 Mitsubishi Mirage G4. Buy for $11,749 or $99 a month. 2020 Outlander. $20,571 or $259 a month. Plus crossover with 4x4 off-road capabilities with 74 MPG. 2020 Mitsubishi Outlander plug-in hybrid EV. $25,099 or $299 a month. Not leases, you own them. And Mitsubishi's 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty. Get to Gossett Mitsubishi today. 1870 Covington Pike or shop online at memphismitsubishi.com.
If you want it, we got it at Gossett Motor Cars.
Welcome back to Sports 56 Mornings with Peter Edmiston.
Yes, I will be good, I promise.
Co-hosting Sports 56 Mornings is Anthony Sane.
That's great, man.
Now, back to Peter and Anthony.
Rider is a little higher.
Scotty on Twitter says, in a previous life I delivered mattresses. And I remember having not to geek out when I delivered a mattress to TA. Said like staying professional when the grindfather is like 3 feet away from you is hard when you're 22-ish.
Scotty's oh, okay.
Well, he was in a previous life.
I said, Scotty, you're young as hell. I got you. Peter, you said
like if you delivered a mattress to Penny Hardaway, you lose your mind.
Oh, yeah. Every time I see Penny, like in a press conference, I lose it. So
you went to Penny's house. Oh my God! If you went to Penny's house,
I lose on mine. It's hard for me.
This is where Penny lives.
It's hard for me to keep it together when like we're like on working, like asking questions. It's hard for me to keep it together. But yeah, but Peter, you said college and pro football wouldn't make it, and here we are, says the Texan. We're here, Peter.
I mean, we're here. We're not. I wouldn't say we're doing great. We're doing okay. We made it. I mean, I don't think this is a.
You also said the NBA wouldn't work either in a bubble. So, congrats, to you for that one. Because I remember like taking the Texas side, listening to you daily talk about why the NBA bubble wouldn't work. I was like, man, are you losing it? What are you talking about?
No, listen. We've already talked about this many times. So whenever we bring this up, there's a couple of buttons that you push. There's one button. You said the NBA, and then there's the one about the dog's feelings thing. Yeah, there's those.
Peter, you did say that the bubble. You did say the NBA bubble wasn't going to work, and you did it for months.
I know, but I'm saying we already talked about this. We already litigated this months ago, and I said that number one, I was wrong about that. It worked great. Problem is that it worked perfectly. Mm-hmm. Well, almost perfectly. But
were there any cases of COVID at all? No. None. So there's nothing more perfect than them.
Daniel House is not perfect.
Okay, some guys had some intermingling with employees. So they still didn't have any COVID cases. So.
Anyway,
come on, man, you hating now.
But we talked about the major difference there. Mm-hmm. The money they spent on that was $190 million in total. $190 million. And they all got to congregate in one place for 4 months, essentially.
They were there for so
That's impossible. Again, in the middle of at the moment when the pandemic was at its best spot, in the summer, in warm weather, when things were much lower from a case standpoint in the country, they weren't traveling. They weren't doing all the things that we're seeing. Now we're seeing teams travel. Mm-hmm. We're seeing caseloads at an extraordinary level. Yep. We're seeing a lot different environment and different climate than we were then. So
it's going to be a whole other beast now, man. NBA is.
So, and in the meantime, we've seen college basketball, much like college football. You have college football teams like Ohio State who can't even get half a season played. They haven't even got half a season played. They've had to change the rules on the fly for them to be in the Big Ten championship game, much to the chagrin of the other teams in the conference who, said, why did you even start these rules to begin with if you're just going to change them on the fly? They played 5 games out of a season because of all the COVID interventions that they've had. You've had teams miss, 2, 3. Ole Miss is still trying to figure out what they're going to do from a team standpoint. I would say that they've played the season, but they haven't. It's not been an overwhelming success by any stretch of the imagination. You've had a lot of sick players. You've had a lot of sick coaches. You've had no fans or limited fans in a lot of these places. It's tough. It's tough. Same thing with college basketball. Very, very difficult to play. You're playing the games. You're getting a lot of the games going, but it's certainly not an overwhelming success the way that the NBA's bubble was, because it's not a bubble, and it can't be. And even the NBA now, same thing. They're not going to be able to be in a bubble, and it's inevitable that when you travel as much as they do, you're going to have these cases. You're going to have it. So, can you play through it? Sure. Is it the right thing to do when many other teams and environments and a lot of these places where they play, like for example, California, North Carolina, those are the 2 off the top of my head. There are others where the community in which the team plays is under some kind of a stay-at-home mandate, and they're out, playing these games. Is that the right thing to do? I don't know.
Well, if it wasn't for trying to play games during the pandemic, I wouldn't know who Nate Oates is.
That's true.
So, props to those who persevered and are currently persevering, so that I could hear that Nate Oates quote. And I'll be logging off of Zoom now, so I can log back in as St. Oates.
St. Oates.
Sanito only lasted for an hour.
Well, Nate, I look forward to seeing St. Oates join us for hour number 2. Speaking of college football, we'll talk a little bit about what's going on in the world of college football. We'll talk about this weekend and what it could mean for a lot of teams, both locally and nationally. We'll talk about where things stand there. Also, in hour number 2, we're going to talk about the Grizzlies and their matchup with the Minnesota Timberwolves, first of 2 to open up the preseason. We'll talk about that. Coming up hour number 3, Kari Thompson and Clyde the Glide Avant are going to join us too. So lots of fun still to come. Hour number 1 in the books here. Family Leisure Studios, Sports 56 Mornings.
The folks at Homer Skelton Hyundai want to say thank you. Thank you, Memphis, for another spectacular year. They set records, but I can understand why. You think about the product. Where else do you get a 10-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty? That's what you get on every new car at Homer Skelton Hyundai. Oh, and thank you again for the 11th straight year, the #1 certified pre-owned car dealership in all of Memphis. It starts with that product, but then it goes to the shopper assurance. Where else do you go where you get transparent pricing, flexible test drive? Take the car for a couple of days if you want. Streamlined buying process, you're not going to be there all day. In and out. And then, and I have not seen this anywhere else, the 3-day worry-free exchange. You buy a new car, if you've got any buyer's remorse, you've got 3 days to change your mind. Just get on Lamar. Take it into Mississippi. The first exit's Craft Road, turn left, and go see Chris True and all the gang at Homer Skelton Hyundai.
Brian Elder's Roofing Solutions.
Chris Price here for Brian Elder Roofing. The storms we've had over the past several months have been devastating to our communities. The rainy season is ahead. You may have not even noticed the dripping in your attic, water stains throughout your home, or even worse, mold and mildew. Please call Brian Elder Roofing and we will send out our project managers to assess any damage. We will not try to sell you a roof if all you need is a repair. We will measure your roof from outer space. 0% for 60 months, even no payments till 2022 are available with approved credit. If you've noticed missing shingles, water stains, leaks in your roof, call us before you call your insurance company at 867-0303. That's 867-0303, and we will provide a free, thorough inspection of your roof's condition.
Call 867-0303. Brian Elder's Roofing Solutions.
At Lexus of Memphis at 2600 Ridgeway, happy holidays, Merry Christmas, and they are offering the Golden Opportunity December to Remember sales event.
Thanks, Stats. December to Remember is our biggest sales event of the year. We've got great deals on leases, special financing, 0% interest on 2020s and 2021s. Come see us at Lexus of Memphis.
Thank you, Brian, and happy holidays to all and Merry Christmas, and we look so forward to 2021 and this year to forget 2020, but we look forward to 2021 at Lexus of Memphis at 2600 Ridgeway and online at lexusofmemphis.com.
Swing into Edwin Watts Golf Shops this holiday season for the hottest gifts from Bushnell Golf. Featuring the Tour V5 and Tour V5 Shift rangefinders, featuring Pin Seeker with visual, jolt, and bite magnetic cart mount. And featuring this season's #1 gift from Bushnell, the Wingman, the world's first Bluetooth speaker with audible GPS distances. Come into Edwin Watts Golf Shops and get your Bushnell today. Edwin Watts Golf Shops, your holiday headquarters since 1968, and shop online at worldwidegolfshops.com.
So you're watching the game and you see another ad for FanDuel Sportsbook and you think to yourself, is that legal here in Tennessee? You bet it is. FanDuel Sportsbook is now legal in Tennessee. You can place your first bet on FanDuel Sportsbook risk-free and get up to $1,000 back if you don't win. Just place any bet you want. If you win, you keep the cash. If you lose, you'll get your entire bet up to $1,000 back in bonus site credits. So you can take another big shot on the house. You've got NFL matchups galore. You've got college football season coming to a close. You've got college basketball ramping up, and yes, NBA right around the corner. Lots of fun ways to get in the action with FanDuel Sportsbook. Generous risk-free bets are just the beginning. They've got that simple app live betting on every game and all kinds of different bet types for you to choose from. And once you win, FanDuel Sportsbook gets you your winnings in as little as 24 hours. To claim your risk-free bet, just download the FanDuel Sportsbook app and be sure to sign up with promo code BIGHEAD so they know I sent you. That's FanDuel Sportsbook, promo code BIGHEAD. Must be 21 or older and present in Tennessee. Site credit is non-withdrawable and expires 14 days after receipt. Terms apply. See sportsbook.fanduel.com for details. For problem gambling support, call 1-800-889-9789.
All 36-month leases, $31.49 due at signing, 0 security deposit, $650 acquisition fee, 10,000 miles per year, 20 cents excess mileage, Forte, ME 299.10, MSRP 20,625, Soul M7755 682, MSRP 20,315, K5MG 003-199, MSRP 25,725, includes all manufacturer rebates and incentives, PF 695, excludes tax title license with approved credit, warranty is a limited powertrain warranty. See Kia.com or retailer for details. Offer valid through 12/31/20, dealer stock only.
Are you ready to be happy this holiday season? Well, we got you covered at Gossett Kia South Mount Moriah. So come be happy with Kia's holiday sales event. Command the season. 2020 2020 Kia Forte $142 a month lease. 2021 Kia Soul $148 a month lease. Plus 2021 Kia K5 $192 a month lease. All just 36 months, $3149 due at signing. Stay happy all season long with Forte $142, Soul $148, Kia K5 $192. So whether you live in Horn Lake, South Haven, Olive Branch, or Memphis, you'll be happy at Gossett Kia 2680 Mount Moriah or KiaMountMoriah.com.
If you want it, we got it at Gossett Motor Cars.
We are Sports 56 WHBQ Memphis, W253DF Memphis, and WIVG Tunica Memphis. Flynn Broadcasting Stations. Sports 56 traffic.
We're still working both crashes on Lamar. That's Lamar Avenue at Holmes Road and also Lamar south of American Way. We have a new accident on the roadways. It's on Pleasant Hill Road at Shelby Drive. That's Pleasant Hill Road at Shelby Drive. And that's your Sports 56 traffic update.
Welcome back to Sports 56 Mornings with Peter Edmiston.
Yes, I will be good. I promise.
Co-hosting Sports 56 Mornings is Anthony Sane.
That's great, man.
Now, back to Peter and Anthony.
Oh, yeah. That's some good funk right there. That's some good funk.
Oh, yeah, it's a funk, y'all. It's a funk, y'all.
Hour number 2, y'all. How's the sales on that bootleg penny mask on?
I got 2 referrals to 2 people, asked me how they could get one, so I shot them over to.
All right. Okay.
My plug, she take care of me, man. You know what I mean? Just off of the strength,
You showed that to Penny?
Mm-mm.
You gonna show up on this Zoom call with that?
I told you, Ja DM'd me about my job ass, huh? I told you that?
Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah.
Trying to see where you got it from. So I got it from the plug.
Don't look real to me.
Don't look real to me. I ain't give it to you.
I ain't give that one
got
to you.
it from the plug.
But
for real,
hour number 2.
My mask plug. DM me. I'll shoot you. Get you whatever you need, homie.
Hour number 2 is here in the Family Leisure Studios. Pete and Sam with you.
St. Lepidus.
On a. Oh, fantastic! Fantastic! It's gonna be a nice day, and then a rainy night, and it's gonna get cold as a result. Cold front coming through, so enjoy the weather today. Enjoy that nice mid 60s kind of day that we got coming up, because probably won't get the mid 60s for a while after that. So enjoy it while you can. Obviously, a lot of football this weekend. Also, the return of the NBA, the preseason, underway tonight, and the Grizzlies return tomorrow. We'll talk about that coming up in this hour. And all of that, of course, means that the folks at FanDuel Sportsbook, you can bet on all of it. You can bet on all of it. It is the time to do it. Go ahead and jump in the mix. You can jump in on the college football scene. You could jump in on the NFL scene. You could jump in on the NBA. All of that stuff is there for you. College hoops. It is so much fun. You can parlay, same game parlays, lots of different options for you. And your first bet is absolutely risk-free with the promo code BIGHEAD. That's right. Like my giant head here, BIGHEAD, BIGHEAD, BIGHEAD. Use that promo code. Your first bet up to $1,000 is absolutely risk-free. If you win, you keep the cash. If you lose, you get the money back in site credit. So really there is nothing for you to worry about. Take a big swing, and you just might hit it really big for the holiday season. So easy to use, so easy to learn. And, of course, if you're an experienced gambler, it is awesome because there's so many different options for you, including lots and lots of live betting. I'm enjoying the live betting. You watched that game last night between New England and L.A., and you're like, well, I don't like the way the Patriots are looking. Boom, fire off and live bet the Rams as you watch the game. It is just that simple. Check it out. It is FanDuel Sportsbook. You're going to love it. You can use that promo code BIGHEAD. Find out a whole lot more at FanDuel.sportsbook.com. You got to be 21, and you got to be in the state of Tennessee. Of course, those terms and conditions do apply. Site credit is non-transferable. It must be used within a week. If you have a problem gambling, let them know. 1-800-889-9789 for FanDuel Sportsbook. This weekend,
I've got a problem.
College
I got a problem
football.
with gambling.
What's your problem?
I can't figure out how to do it on the app.
I've told you. Why don't you just listen to your girl?
She ain't did it either. You know what? Joy's waiting on her. Nah, she ain't did it either.
Well, you guys got to do it.
Yeah, we might do it this week.
I don't know what to tell you. You guys got to do it. I'll have to show you guys how to do it. Tigers against Houston, 2:30 at the Liberty Bowl. Tigers trying to kind of jump in and finish things off in some style, rearrange things. Although, as we pointed out, that because of the nature of the bowl season being what it is, they've already pretty much, it would appear, had their slot decided going to the legendary Montgomery Bowl. In Montgomery, Alabama, playing a Houston team that is only 3-3 overall because of all the COVID games that they have missed. A chance for some records, though, to be broken potentially. Calvin Austin jump over the 1,000-yard mark for Brady White to set the yardage record for the University of Memphis. He just needs 56 yards to do that in this game. You think the Tigers get the W here in what could be an emotional final regular season game, senior day, all that stuff?
They have to. They'll pull it out.
They have to. Oh, okay.
This is kind of like a not a back against the wall game, but I think they kind of lost some of their pride last week. I think they're going to bounce back and pull this one out.
Brady White. Yeah, if he ends up as the leading passer in Tiger history, which it would appear almost certain that he will, where does he rank to you? Is he the greatest of all time? Is he the GOAT Tiger quarterback because of that?
No, he's not.
Oh, okay.
You know who I
Why
think
you say that?
It's Paxton. If I told you that, if I ever told you my Paxton, I told you my Paxton Lynch story.
I don't know that you have. I don't know that you've
Yeah, I'll tell you later. I'll tell you out there.
One of those stories, huh?
Yes. Paxton!
Zach, what do you think? GOAT Tiger quarterback.
What I think about Brady White?
Is Brady White GOAT Tiger quarterback? Is he? You're talking about a guy that is likely to have the record for passing when all is said and done.
I think
after Saturday.
I think he deserves it. I think he breaks it.
Well, I know he breaks it, but I'm saying, is he the GOAT quarterback? Is he the best of all time?
I wouldn't necessarily say he's the GOAT quarterback. I think he's a really good quarterback, but it's hard. It's hard to put him on GOAT status when you had like the good arm talent type of quarterbacks before him.
He's gonna have more. He's gonna have more touchdowns. More touchdowns, more yards. Percentages, all that stuff. He's gonna edge out Danny Wimprine. Danny Wimprine is always my I got a soft spot for Danny Wimprine, but
Oh yeah, I like Wimprine.
Yeah,
but he's not Paxton.
I'm a believer that if Riley Ferguson had like an extra year, that he would have destroyed the record books.
Yeah,
he would have destroyed
Riley Ferguson
them.
was crazy. Put up 8,000 yards in 2 seasons. So yeah, he would have been on that pace. He would have
losing my mind. Hold on, Riley Ferguson.
Yeah,
I totally forgot about that dude.
Dang. What you gonna say? Archelian Hall, man?
Man, hold on.
Oh man, I forgot about that guy. No, I tell you about that.
Archelian.
I thought it was Archelon, but
of course you did.
R. Kelly, I believe is what it's called. R. Kelly Hall was his name.
Well, Tommy West called him Archelian, so
yeah. Well, Tommy West called him Archelian. I'm gonna call him Archelian. I think it was Archelon. Now that I think about it,
it was Archelon. I'm not even joking.
But Coach called him Archelian, right?
Coach called him Archelian.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna call him man Archelian. If he answers the Coach called him Archelian, I'm gonna call him Archelian. What are we talking about, man?
If you called him Arkellian, if it didn't matter, it doesn't matter. His name is Arkelon.
Who was that? Who was that Coach Hubie Brown used to destroy their name, bro? Somebody with the Grizzlies. It was Pau Gasol, right? He used to call him.
Oh, he was always Pau Gasol.
Pau Gasol.
Pau
Gasol.
I was gonna say Jake Sagalitis, but I don't know if he actually.
He would always. I mean, he butchered lots of names, but he was always Pau Gasol.
Pau Gasol.
Pau Gasol.
Pau Gasol.
Pau Gasol.
Riley
so
Ferguson.
yes,
How in the world did I just forget this dude's whole career?
He was there. He was there doing his thing, man. He was phenomenal. I agree. Zach is correct though. From a pure statistical standpoint, had he gotten one more year, he would have shattered everything.
Mm-hmm.
everything,
man.
Because he was only there for 2 years, and he put up 8,000 yards, 70 touchdowns, 19 interceptions. So he was on pace for 105 touchdowns and 1,200 yards passing with the third year that Brady White got. Danny Wimprine got 4, and so Paxton Lynch got 3. No, Riley. I think Riley Ferguson technically would be extremely hard to beat. But I still have a soft spot for Danny Wimprine, just from the sheer impact of him leading the Tigers to that first bowl game in forever, along with D'Angelo Williams and that whole team. That was a special time, man. I've always got a special place in my heart for that group.
Texter asks, do you think that he says that Brady White would be better than any Vols quarterback? Do you agree? Yes.
Oh, absolutely.
Yes, you agree.
I mean, yeah. Remember we talked about that at the beginning of the year? Would you trade Brady White for Jarrett Garantano? I was like, absolutely. Yes, of course. My God, yes. And now having seen the season, 1,000,000 times yes. Yeah, Brady White's it's just going to be interesting that he's going to be the leading passer for the Tigers of all time. And there's still a contingent of folks who just aren't on board, who are just kind of meh about Brady White.
Okay,
it just kind of tells you the difference in the in where things are for the Tigers right now.
I remember Riley Ferguson now because with the what's the name team, the not Arena Football. What was the one that just left? The AF, what's it called?
AAF?
Yeah, the AAF or whatever. Like he didn't want to play, right? Like people were saying like he didn't really care about football after college. And that kind of bothered some people.
Yeah, right. That's true. I mean, like I don't know, like you just from a sheer talent standpoint,
he was good. I totally forgot about that dude.
Yeah, he originally signed with Tennessee and then transferred.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
he's no Paxton Lynch though. I'm gonna call you during the break, bro. Tell you this Paxton Lynch story. You're gonna be dying laughing.
Why can't you tell me on the air?
I promise you, I can't. I want to so bad. I want to so bad.
Come on, man. You can tell us.
Man,
I think I know. I think I have a feeling I know what's. I think I know what it involves.
I'm the lowest man on the totem pole, man. I'm not going there. Paxton. Get Jonah Jordan on. He can tell you about it. Jonah Jordan was there too. He can tell you about it.
I look forward to hearing the story.
Oh man, I'm calling you at the break. Tell you the story,
I'm ready. I'm ready for it. Speaking of Tennessee, they take on Vanderbilt in the Sad Bowl. This is a very sad, pitiful bowl. I don't know. We can hope and pray that this is it for Jeremy Pruitt. Each day, I hope that it's the last one.
Each game, the mask around his neck just seems to get tighter and tighter.
And I mean, it's probably not going to be. And then they're going to play Texas A&M in the rescheduled game, and that's probably not going to be his last game either.
Mm-hmm.
Boy, oh boy, pitiful, man.
Yeah.
Vanderbilt 0-8, Tennessee 2-6. Vanderbilt's probably going to win. I don't know. Actually, they probably won't, but it's still it's just sad. I don't know, man. I'm so just the way this season has gone. There are more decommits from Tennessee's recruiting class. They're starting to lose 3-star guys now. Tennessee had one of the best recruiting classes. Like a few months ago, it was like, oh man, this thing's going to be top 10 class. They had 5 stars decommit. They had 4 stars decommit. Now they got 3-star guys decommitting. Yesterday.
Yeah.
3-star DB, I think it was. that decommitted.
Peter.
Remind me what the point of Jeremy Pruitt is again? He can't recruit and he can't coach. What's the point?
There is no point at all.
Okay. It's kind of what I thought. I was just checking.
I got a random unrelated question, but I'll save it till whenever we got another free spot. It's about COVID and the vaccine. So let me just let that be my nickel in the meter. Yeah, that's my nickel in the meter.
Okay, write that down. Write that down. Just make a note. Jot that down so we can make sure we don't put a pin in it. Whatever we need to do. Alabama at Arkansas. That will I can't imagine that's going to go well for Arkansas. But I have been impressed with our guy Sam Pittman and his commitment this year. And the Hogs, I don't know, man. Everyone's bowl eligible this year, so maybe we throw the Hogs a bone and get them even at 3-7. I'd like to get them in somewhere. Georgia, Missouri as well in the SEC will be Missouri's quietly had a very nice year, and Eli Drinkwitz has done a nice job. Again, kind of under the radar, hasn't really been noticed or talked about a whole lot, but he's really put together a lot of improvement. They started off looking pretty rough. I mean, this is a reminder, that team lost badly to Tennessee early in the year. Second game of the year, they lost 35-12 in Knoxville and looked bad in the process. But for whatever reason, that seemed to spur them on. They used that to beat LSU, Kentucky. Lost to Florida, no surprise there, but then beat South Carolina, Vanderbilt, Arkansas. They've beaten the teams. They're kind of the lower rung teams, but they've beaten them pretty handily, and they've looked better. So shout out to Eli Drinkwitz, a nice first year in the midst of a pandemic, and not easy. And I think he's done a pretty good job. A reminder, of course, Ole Miss in Texas A&M canceled, postponed, however you want to characterize it. It's not going to happen. So opens up slots. Michigan, Ohio State, not going to happen. Tulsa, Cincinnati, a big one for the AAC, potentially. That's going to be the matchup in the championship game as well next week. But they were going to have a little preview, and they really wanted to have ESPN there. They wanted to have a whole thing. That's not going to happen either. Would have been the first time 2 top 25 teams play in Tulsa in like 50 or 60 years, some insane number like that. So sadly, COVID has snatched that game from us as well. Bummer all the way, man.
Is COVID in the rankings for Defensive Player of the Year?
Absolutely. COVID has stopped a lot of teams. Stopped them cold. I mean, just boom. They can't do anything. As a matter of fact. And I don't know if you saw it last night. The handshake at the end of the Georgia Tech Pitt game. Jeff Collins and Pat Narduzzi. If you haven't seen it, check it out. It's pretty funny. It was a little. The game got a little nasty. Pittsburgh beat Georgia Tech 34-20. And Georgia Tech coach Jeff Collins had the handshake that he had was pretty funny. It was he extended his hand, and Pat Narduzzi, the Pitt coach, just kind of
walked off.
Jeff Collins sort of walked off, and Narduzzi's kind of standing there like, "What in the world are you do?" Like, he said, "I told him, hey, you got a nice team." And he said, "Hey, baloney," or some other nice words, and walked off. I don't know. I thought it was a good game.
Yeah, that was a pretty trash handshake, man.
That was hilarious. If you haven't watched it,
I've watched it twice.
Encourage you to do so. I love it. It's very, very petty, very silly. It's perfect college football. I love it. Check it out if you haven't done it. It's
yeah. I haven't seen the handshake snatch done that well in a while, so that was pretty cool.
Oh, it's outstanding work. When we come back, we're going to talk a little bit about the Grizzlies and the opener of the NBA, including some NBA news. As well, a couple of notes to get to, so plenty more still to come as we continue in hour number 2 from the Family Leisure Studios. Pete and Sam with you, Real Sports Talk, Sports 56, 98.5, 96.1.
Broadcasting from the Family Leisure Studio, we are Sports 56, 98.5, and 96.1.
I want to do some bragging rights. Hey, I was just the other day overhearing a conversation with Big Mike, the manager of DeSoto Auto Sales. They've got people buying cars all over the country. North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, Alabama, Arkansas, Texas. People from all over the country buy cars at DeSoto Auto Sales in Olive Branch, Mississippi. Why? DeSoto Auto Sales has the most stringent car inspection in America. They get it right the first time. Quality and low mileage. Factory warranty on most vehicles. My favorite part is the people who work there. Big Mike, all the employees are professional, friendly, and go that extra mile. Expect as you walk in the door, you're treated like family. DeSoto Auto Sales understands your time matters. We can help you find your dream car and get all the paperwork finished in less than an hour. Come see us at DeSoto Auto Sales and be part of our family. Have a great buying experience every time. 662-890-7184.
How's the Christmas shopping going? Frontier Western Store in Olive Branch is here to make it a lot easier. Everyone loves something from Frontier. Ladies' boutique style clothing, Carhartt for the guys, and boots for everyone. For Frontier's boutique department, you'll find the latest trends at incredible prices. We also carry a huge inventory of basics like leggings, tops, tunics, dresses, CC beanies, scarves, gloves, new styles of fleece jackets, and much, much more. Guys will be after Frontier's large assortment of Carhartt and Ariat jeans and shirts. Now, how about a new coat, jacket, or insulated overalls? Frontier has that too. Don't forget the boots. Work boots and dress boots from Rocky, Dan Post, Ariat, and more. Frontier is the place to come for name brand boots at an everyday low price. There are thousands of boots available in all sizes for men, women, and children. Frontier gift cards are also available and make a perfect last-minute gift. Frontier Western Store, 5880 Goodman Road in Olive Branch, or shop online 24/7 at frontierwesternstore.com. Family owned and operated since 1967.
Water damage to your home or business can be an absolute nightmare. And the faster you remove the standing water, the faster you can prevent secondary damage. Landmark Construction and Emergency Services specializes in water extraction. They have been a trusted name in the Mid-South for over 20 years. They are a Memphis-based company ready to serve your needs with their 24-hour emergency response. They are always on call and will respond within an hour. They work with most insurance companies and are the official restoration contractor of the Memphis Tigers home team. Landmark Construction and Emergency Services can't prevent disasters in your home and at your business, but their water damage team will certainly respond quickly to minimize and restore the damage. Call 901-452-0390. That's 901-452-0390 or online at landmarkco.org. Make your next grill your last grill with the Big Green Egg. You can smoke, bake, roast, sear, or grill. It's amazing. Ceramic will not rust, but will provide the best radiant heat, keeping your food crisp on the outside and juicy on the inside. Just ask Big Green Egg users how great the food is. And it comes with a lifetime guarantee. Make your next grill your last grill by purchasing a Big Green Egg at any of the following stores: Cordova Ace Hardware, Hamilton's Fireplace and Grills, Garden Spas and Pool, Germantown Hardware, and East Memphis Ace Hardware.
When you visit Navy Liquor at 7866 Highway 51 in Millington, you'll be treated like family by friendly, knowledgeable staff. Select are your favorite bourbon, vodka, scotch, beer, tequila, gin, and rum, as well as wines from all over the world. An amazing selection of sakis, too. Coldest beer in town. Beer kegs are available. Any beer, any wine, any liquor. You got the Navy Liquor hookup. Come see us, holiday or any other occasion. Navy Liquor, corner of Highway 51 and Navy Road in Millington.
It's on Mid-South employee pricing for all during the Big Finish 2020. So get ready to save big with 2021 Jeep Renegade Latitude 4-wheel drive. IIHS Top Safety Pick $22,990 or $296 a month. Or power up with 2020 Dodge Charger $24,890 or $299 a month. And we're talking Ram Tough in a 2020 Ram 1500 Tradesman Crew Cab 4x2 $31,999 or $399 a month. It's time to get your ride on at Gossett Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram Fiat. So drive past the rest and come to the best. Gossett Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram Fiat. 1901 Covington Pike or online at GossettMotorCars.net.
If you want it, we got it at Gossett Motor Cars.
Almost finance through Chrysler Jeep Ram 3500 cash down, Charger 4500 cash down, 4.11 APR, Cherokee MD 15674 MSRP 28050, Charger XST LH 248 MSRP 32860, Ram LG 290 329 MSRP 37855, includes all rebates and incentives, PF 695, excludes tax title and license with approved credit. See dealer for complete details. Offer valid through 12/31/20, dealer stock only.
Sports 56 traffic.
Right now, the only accident is on the roadways is Pleasant Hill at Shelby Drive. They're still cleaning up the accidents on Lamar Avenue as well, but the only accident on the roadways is Pleasant Hill Road at Shelby Drive. And that is your Sports 56 traffic update.
Welcome back to Sports 56 Mornings with Peter Edmiston.
Yes, I will be good. I promise.
Co-hosting Sports 56 Mornings is Anthony Sane.
That's great, man.
Now, back to Peter and Anthony.
The big stuff. Who do you think you are, Mr. Big Stuff? You're never gonna get my love. Oh, now because you wear all those fancy clothes. Oh, yeah. And have a big fine car. Oh, yes, you do now. Do you think I can afford?
Welcome back. Sports 56 Mornings on a Friday. Peter and Same with you. Hour number 2. So, Paul George, Mr. Big Stuff.
Get paid.
Maximum extension for Paul George. $190 million added to his contract. Could be up to $226 based on his performance and based on the way that the cap rises and the amount of money, revenues, all that stuff. But it's a lot of money. It'll be near $200 million, give or take.
That's crazy.
For Paul George. Is this? He's obviously a very, very good player.
Yes.
But is he? I guess they had to do it. But most of the time when I see a max or super max contract signed, I'm just like, yeah, okay, no problem. This one, I'm just like, I don't know, man. This is kind of. I don't buy playoff P. I'm not there. I'm just not there. I don't know. He was. I cannot get over that. The performance in Game 7 of that game against the Nuggets was so bad. And just his general, just kind of, I don't know. His Paul George-ness is and yesterday he was on the thing with Matt Barnes and Steven Jackson. They got that all the smoke show, and he's talking about how he's listening to Kobe as like a motivation. I don't know, man. That stuff just.
I don't participate in.
I've been working out, and I'm working out. I don't listen to music when I work out. I be listening to the Kobe, just Kobe motivation. Like, just turn that Kobe motivation on, man. And I'm on it. I'm in my mode. I'm in my zone. I'm so locked in right now, man.
Shut up. Enough of that. Come on. Stop.
I
can't do that.
I don't participate in Paul George slander like most people do at all. Because I still think Paul George is still one of the best players in the NBA. Like, I don't get into all of it. Has he had some rough playoff moments? Yes, he has. He's had a lot of them. But we also saw him go toe-to-toe with LeBron James. Like, what?
Yeah, that was like 6 years ago.
Come on, man.
It's a long time ago, man.
I'm not gonna lie to you. When I saw the notification of his max deal, I was like, huh? Like, what?
It seems a little odd that he got it. I ain't gonna lie. But yeah, I'm a Paul George guy, man. I'm not saying that he's. You're still talking about a top 10, top 15 player in the NBA, bro.
Yeah.
Let's stop.
No, obviously he's going to get paid. It's just I don't know. It's just
Yeah. And then in hindsight, they had the Clippers had to do it because they gave up the farm just to get the guy anyway. So it made sense for them to give him the max. But it was like, wait, why would y'all sign him an extension right now? But to them it made sense because they gave up everything to get him to LA.
I think he has to be in the right type of situation. Like, if there's any, he has admitted mental issues. So I think the fact that if anything's not stable and peaceful and calm, I think that disrupts him even more. So I think he has to be in a good situation to really be maximum Paul George. So, but yeah, not sure he's gonna find that with the Clippers though. But he got that money, he got the bag. So.
I don't know, man. It's. I mean, like I said, once they traded for him, they committed to doing this, so it was it was bound to happen. But yeah, I'm not sold, and I'm not sold on this tandem. Well, we'll see. They should be. I mean, they've got two of the top 10 players or whatever. I mean, you should be extremely competitive. You should be in the mix for the championship and all that stuff. We'll see. Same thing with the Nets. Speaking of which, the Nets have been fined $25,000, as has Kyrie Irving, for failure to comply with the league's media rules. The fines result from Irving's refusal on several occasions this week to participate in the team media availability. He's declined numerous requests to speak to reporters, including those from national outlets such as ESPN, since the beginning of training camp on December 1st. He had an IG story this morning in which he said, I pray we use the fine money we utilize. You can know somebody's serious when they use the word utilize instead of use. Just my little a little grammar aside for you. There is no function that I'm aware of in which using the word utilize is in any way preferable to just the word use, other than if you just want to sound like you're like extra serious or extra smart. Like if I utilize this knife to spread my peanut butter, that means I'm really serious about it.
Mm-hmm.
I cannot understand under any circumstances why utilize would be used. But anyway, Kyrie, in typical Kyrie fashion, I pray we utilize the fine money for the marginalized communities in need, especially seeing where our world is presently. I am here for peace, love, and greatness. So stop distracting me and my team and appreciate the art. We move different over here. I do not talk to pawns. My attention is worth more.
My boy Kyrie, man. Hey, let's talk about this. Let me ask you this, Peter.
Okay. Yeah, all right, let's get it.
Let me ask you this. This is something I threw out on Twitter, and people didn't seem to catch the concept, what I was saying. We talked about this yesterday as well, and it also can segue into CBS dropped their top 100 today as well, NBA players. Kevin Durant, if you get maximum Kevin Durant, not just healthy like he's healed from an injury. I mean, he's back like regular KD, same KD we saw before the injury. If that guy is back, the Nets they're running through the East. True or false? Because you also said that healthy KD isn't as good as Luka, which is the craziest thing I've ever heard in my life. So what's your take, man?
Well, first of all, I think you're just gliding past this nonsense that Kyrie just posted.
Oh, it's nonsense. He's crazy. I mean, I'm the guy who says Kyrie's crazy every time you ask me about him. But
I mean, his Instagram stuff is just. I mean, he's out there, man. He is out there in the Buddhist world.
You think he's gonna let that go? You think he's gonna ride that out? Like he's never gonna talk to the media this year and just take fines? Because the team is taking fines too, right?
I mean, I would love to see it. I don't know at what point he's going to stop doing it like this.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what's going to make him not do it.
What is that? Okay, help me with this. Help me with this then. Okay, like because we cover games as well. When they say that he's not talking to the media, does that mean okay? We've been to Grizzly games and they say, well, okay, so and so's not available. Is it the same thing? Like, I mean, what is being available?
Basically,
to the media
basically that just means like he's being made unavailable. So he's refusing. He doesn't want to talk to the media, and they can't make him do it. So they get.
But we can't come in the locker room and say like we're here to talk to Ja, like he has to talk to us. Like I've never seen anything like that happen before. Like what does that even mean?
Technically, players who play have to be made available outside of injury or something like that after a game.
But that doesn't mean he has to. I mean, he has to talk if people want to talk to him.
Yeah, he has to be made available. That means he has to stand there, and if he doesn't want to talk, he has to choose not to talk.
Somebody
but he has to be available. He has to be because
that's what I thought it meant. So why is he just saying I'm good, no comment, like I'm not talking to y'all today?
Like you remember when Marshawn Lynch showed up and was like, I'm just here because I don't want to get fined. Like he was just he just had to be present. Like he just has to be made available. And that's why the Nets are getting fined because they didn't make him available.
Right.
Had they made him available and he didn't talk at all, he probably would have been fined eventually for that. But,
now I'm super confused because now with COVID, there's no locker room access. So what does that mean?
That means Zoom, like Zoom access. Like there's a if a player, I don't know what the specifics are because you have to talk to like like Josh Robbins, who is the Writers Association leader and kind of one of the representatives who talks to the NBA about this stuff. He covers the Magic for The Athletic. He's a real good dude, and he would know all the ins and outs of the specifics of the protocol. But essentially, a certain players have to be made available at a certain period of time. Like you couldn't go several days without talking or without having, a player made available to you in some form or fashion.
But
it's different a little bit with the Zoom calls and stuff. But it's the same kind of thing. Like, you can't just hide a player all year.
But they tell us,
or even for like a week or so.
They tell us who we can talk to. So
yeah,
we can't come
like
back and say, no, I need to talk to
the
John.
protocol. The protocol is different now. But I would assume. I would assume if you made a request, you could. That would. I don't know that people are requesting. I don't know how that's working.
Mm-hmm.
But I would assume that there's a way to do that. So, but I would guess that Kyrie's going to have his own sort of interview with his own hand-picked person, whoever that is.
Yeah,
there'll be some reporter that
we all know there are ways to avoid a lot of those loopholes, like
he'll
hiring your own media team.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. That's
maybe
one way to do it.
Hey, Memphis, how y'all pulling that off? Well, yeah, maybe you just holler at Memphis as a way to do it.
That's one way to do it. That's definitely one way to do it. I don't know. I think it's interesting. I don't think he can do it all year, but it's pretty funny to see what he's trying to pull here, and it's always.
So basically, it's
always
go ahead,
with Kyrie, it's always a little extra.
So based on this, there's probably situations where the team has said, "Hey, Kyrie, we want you to do this," and he said no, and the league is finding them because the Nets aren't holding them accountable to make that happen.
Yeah, essentially.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, if people keep requesting a guy and they don't ever make him available, that's going to be a fine for them. You can't do that. And if the guy is made available and he chooses not to participate, I mean, that's okay for a while, but eventually that'll get him fined as well.
But in the normal conditions, all he would have to do is be in the locker room and just like not talk.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Or just say like no comment, or I don't want to talk about this, and and
or just leave,
okay.
or just walk past us, put his clothes on, and dip out, which we see guys do all the time.
Yeah, but that eventually would get him in trouble. If people complain about it, again, a lot of this stuff, I'm just going to tell you, I don't really I usually don't talk about this stuff publicly, but a lot of things that happen in the locker room, in the Grizzlies locker room,
Mm-hmm.
are not technically supposed to happen sometimes. And, but it's just a matter of like, if people don't complain about it, then that's just how it goes. Like sometimes there are certain things that have happened, or guys didn't talk, or guys weren't made available, or whatever. That technically wasn't supposed to happen, but it happened. And so, if you want to, do you want to raise a big stink about it? I mean, you could, and then I guess technically the NBA could intervene, and then whatever. But like, it's just not worth all that. It's usually not worth all that stuff. So most people don't intervene unless it gets pretty serious. Or if you're in a market like New York, where there's a super competitive atmosphere and there's tons and tons of people, then people will intervene with the NBA a lot more often. That's why you're seeing this. Russell Westbrook, the Thunder got away with a lot of stuff because it's Oklahoma City, and
the guys didn't really make a fuss about it.
They didn't make a fuss about it. So you have to. It's up to them. It's like honestly, like if you can technically you're not supposed to, but like you could say whatever you wanted on airwaves. On public airwaves, on public TV, broadcast TV, on radio, you could say whatever you wanted, and if no one complained about it, that would be it. The FCC intervenes on complaints, so when people complain about something, then that's when they come into to same thing with the NBA, like and sometimes teams push it, and so I'm sure in New York and in Brooklyn, the media is going to be a lot more aggressive about telling the NBA what's up, about complaining, about pushing that stuff forward.
Right.
So that's why the league is jumping in here.
So Texas.
How about Kyrie saying, "I don't talk to pawns"?
Yeah, it's just like Texas says maybe Kyrie would talk to a pop star instead of a media pawn. I agree. And media needs to get more pop stars on their publications than.
You don't think Kyrie would see you as a pawn?
No, straight pop star. But for real,
pawn star. I think he'd see you as a pawn star.
Pawn star. Like seriously, man. Like all jokes aside, when you're Kyrie Irving and you've done a lot of things to benefit people this year. You've done a lot of things out of the kindness of your heart, and you were obviously a guy who was deeply moved by the social injustice things that were going on, early in the year, and you're hearing media guys come out and try to paint this narrative of him being the bad guy who's trying to destroy the bubble and just doing all these things to make him look bad. Why are people surprised that this is what Kyrie's response is? You know what I mean? Because
I'm not
think about some of the tweets that came out about Kyrie when that stuff went down. And I was one of the main people. Still to this day, I say Kyrie's a weirdo. Like, I don't really take too much serious what he says or what he does. But imagine someone obviously painting that narrative for him through the media. Because I'm not Woj, I'm not Shams, so I'm not Mark Stein. So when I say something, it doesn't have the same amount of weight. So imagine how he feels towards guys when that's the type of stuff that's being put out about him.
Well, yeah, but I mean, again, that's part of the job. It depends on who's saying it and what they're saying and whether there's a lot of accuracy to it. And a lot of it is former teammates saying things about Kyrie Irving. You guys have a tendency to paint the media, and it's very convenient for them to paint the quote unquote media,
right? When it's their boys,
with a broad brush, of like, oh, all these guys, and there's a total difference between, some media outlets and others. There's a total difference between how they do things and how others do things. Part of the gig in being a professional athlete and being, in the system, in the situation where he's in, is that, the publicity that he receives helps to fund that paycheck that he receives. And if he wants to go off and, be a hermit and go and embrace this Buddhist lifestyle fully and go into a temple and, become a monk and take a vow of silence and all that, hey, I fully support that. That's cool. But I'm saying the money that comes along with this then would go away as well. And, to me, you can't have your cake and eat it too. You can't benefit from this $141 million contract that he signed, which is funded by TV money and media money and revenue that comes via publicity. And then you can't participate in that aspect of the business. It doesn't work like that.
Why can't we all just do better, man? Why can't we do better at our job?
That's not to say, and that's not to justify some of the idiotic nonsense that comes out from a lot of
if it weren't for
so-called
Kyrie
media
Irving, we wouldn't have a job. Like our job exists because of, if the Grizzlies had a win down,
it's a mutualistic relationship.
Yeah, exactly.
It doesn't work from, and that's why I want people to understand. Like it's not they don't get to dictate everything, and we don't get to dictate everything.
Right.
There are positives and negatives on both sides. It's part of the job. Their jobs are not as lucrative without media coverage of it. Our jobs are not as lucrative without things to cover. So it works both ways. And in an ideal situation, everybody kind of understands that and tries to help each other out as much as they can. It's when somebody decides that they want to change the rules when you start to get these kinds of problems.
Right. Well, I'm talking code. Media needs more pop stars. And I'll let y'all translate that into what. They need more relatable people to have access to the
I'm going to say this. I think the media needs less pop stars. I think the media and I'll say this in code. The media needs more media.
The media needs more relatable people.
The media needs more media is what the media needs more media.
Because there's reasons why guys like Chris Haynes know stuff that other people don't. Because players actually trust him. They'll talk to him.
Yeah. There's more than one way to
Chris Haynes is a pop star too. I forgot to put that out.
Yeah.
There's more than one way to do things. Is my point.
Yeah, me too. I'm saying the same thing.
Yeah.
I ain't mad at Kyrie. I want to talk to guys, but I ain't gonna lie.
I agree with you. But I think it's you gotta. There's certain. You have to play the cards you have.
Are you aware that I think Ja thinks that you and Chris Harrington are the same dude? Like, I don't think he can really tell y'all apart. Because he's mad at Chris Harrington about something. I think when he's talking to you, he thinks you're him sometimes.
Oh.
Because he's mad at Harrington for real.
Why?
Because Harrington calls out his jump shot whenever he gets an opportunity to. You ever notice it?
I haven't really noticed that, but well, I mean I like Chris, so that's all well and good.
Yeah.
But I'm not Chris.
I think Ja can't tell the difference between.
I think it's because I think you further that. I think you further that whole thing. You try to lump us all in together.
Yeah, because Ja asked me one time, which one of these dudes is? Hey, man, they're all the same to me. I think he just kind of ran with it.
Exactly. See, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah. I thought you had my back. I
I tried to, man. I still got to hold up the pop star ethics.
What do you mean?
Man.
What do you mean? What do you mean? You didn't try at all. It wasn't. You didn't try at all.
Java DM.
As soon as you get an opportunity, you turn your back on me.
Java DM you.
I defend you. I defend.
I know you do, man. You defend me a lot of times
at all costs.
Yeah, I know that.
But
no, he never said that though.
And you just throw me under the bus.
But I'm saying, man, you don't do anything. You fit right into the mold of the rest of these guys, man. Like it's you choose not to be a pop star, man. You've got the juice to be one. That's on you, man.
No, because I told you that's not my goal. That's not what I do. That's not me. I have my own pop star opportunities, but it's not what you're talking about.
Have you ever stood up on Media Row and said, "Shoot that word you can't say in public"? Ja? You ever did that before? It's pop star stuff, man.
Wait, when did you do that?
Every game.
Oh, every game?
Yeah.
I guess I'm not out in the arena a lot.
We played one game and I walked past where the scouts from the other teams are. I said, yeah. Y'all thought we were rebuilding. I said, we ain't no trash Suns. We ain't Minnesota. Like, who y'all thought we were? They was like, who the hell is this dude? I'm a pop star, damn it. I'm not no media member.
All right.
Yes, well, hey, man, you walk out the life you choose, man. You know.
Exactly. Hey, that's you are exactly right about that. I'm just saying, have my back. That's all I'm saying. Help me out here, jeez.
I saw Ja outside the game one time. I said, Ja, you know the lingo, and he said, he says what he says in the locker room, and we laughed and went on about our business. Pop star stuff.
Exactly. Yeah, that's beautiful. When we come back, we'll talk about Ja and the Grizzlies as they begin the preseason coming up against Minnesota tomorrow. We'll continue. Real Sports Talk, Sports 56, 96.1, 98.5.
Spend your lunch with Greg Gaston and Eli Savoy on Sports 56 middays.
Lunchy munchy.
Weekdays from 10 till 1 on Sports 56, 98.5, and 96.1.
Swing into Edwin Watts Golf Shops this holiday season for the hottest gifts from TaylorMade. The Sim Shape in Motion series featuring the Sim, Sim Max, and Sim Max D-Type families. Find increased speed and distance with Sim. And be sure to stock up and save on TaylorMade TP5 and TP5X golf balls, now only $39.99. Come into Edwin Watts Golf Shops and get custom fit today. Edwin Watts Golf Shops, your holiday headquarters since 1968, and shop online at worldwidegolfshops.com.
Rocking around the Kia Rise, have a happy holiday. That's right, Mid-South. Gossett Kia on the Pike is rocking away at the Kia Holiday Sales Event. Command the season. And gift wrapping is available on your 2020 Kia Forte $142 a month lease. 2021 Kia Soul $148 a month lease. Plus 2021 Kia K5 $192 a month lease. All just 36 months, $31.49 due at signing. So get them what they really want this season, a new ride from Gossett Kia 1900 Covington Pike. Or shop 24/7 at KiaCovingtonPike.com. Ask for Bobby J. He'll put you in a new Kia today.
If you want it, we got it at Gossett Motor Cars.
All 36-month leases, $31.49 due at signing, 0 security deposit, $650 acquisition fee, 10,000 miles per year, 20 cents excess mileage, Forte ME 29910, MSRP 20,625, Soul M7755,682, MSRP 20,315, K5 MG 003,199, MSRP 25,725, includes all manufacturer rebates and incentives, PF 695, excludes tax title license with approved credit, warranty is a limited powertrain warranty. See Kia.com or retailer for details. Offer valid through 12/31/20, dealer stock only.
You're scrambling around. You need a haircut. Where you gonna go? I got a place that has 15 locations. I've got a place where details matter. I've got a place that can be invigorating and relaxing at the same time. You know what it is. It's Supercuts. Every haircut ends with the signature hot towel finish. Every haircut matters. When you're getting ready, you go into Supercuts. The stylist will pay attention to every detail. So you get the haircut you want, and of course, you're going to finish with that signature hot towel. You walk out clean, sharp, and not just ready, but super ready. And you might want to ask that hairstylist about what the tea tree experience is. One part invigorating, 1 part relaxing. The Tea Tree experience is something you need to try. 15 locations. I mentioned that, didn't I? All you've got to do is go to supercuts.com. You'll find the one nearest to you. Get super ready at Supercuts.
Brian Elder's Roofing Solutions.
Chris Price here for Brian Elder Roofing. The storms we've had over the past several months have been devastating to our communities. The rainy season is ahead. You may have not even noticed the dripping in your attic, water stains throughout your home, or even worse, mold and mildew. Please call Brian Elder Roofing and we will send out our project managers to assess any damage. We will not try to sell you a roof if all you need is a repair. We will measure your roof from outer space. 0% for 60 months, even no payments till 2022 are available with approved credit. If you've noticed missing shingles, water stains, leaks in your roof, call us before you call your insurance company at 867-0303. That's 867-0303, and we will provide a free, thorough inspection of your roof's condition.
Call 867-0303. Brian Elder's Roofing Solutions.
Are you shopping for a new watch, an engagement ring, any kind of jewelry at all? What's up, Memphis? This is Jaren Jackson Jr. from the Grizzlies, encouraging you all to shop where I shop, Platinum Jewelers here in Memphis. Platinum Jewelers has a big selection of earrings, stockable rings, luxury watches, necklaces, bracelets, really whatever you need. They do custom jewelry and have 2 locations in the area. One is 545 Perkins Extended in East Memphis. The other is 9387 Poplar next to Fresh Market in Germantown. So if you need anything jewelry related, go to my spot, Platinum Jewelers.
Farmers Insurance knows that when you're in the car and that song comes on, ah, yes, that's the one, you have no choice but to pull out your imaginary drumsticks and smash those cymbals and stomp on that kick pedal, which unfortunately is the accelerator pedal. And we covered it. Talk to a farmer's agent who knows a thing or two because they've seen a thing or two.
Call Chad Gatlin at 901-235-1176 or get a fast quote at memphisfarmers.com.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Underwritten by Farmers Truck Fire Insurance Exchanges and Affiliates. Products not available in every state.
Welcome back to Sports 56 Mornings with Peter Edmiston.
Yes, I will be good, I promise.
Co-hosting Sports 56 Mornings is Anthony Sane.
That's great, man.
Now, back to Peter and Anthony.
Very well what you are. You're my sugar.
The Pawn and the Pop Star with you. Hour number 2.
Yep. We need to make a book, man.
1 year ago, Ja Morant dunked on Aaron Baines' head as the Grizzlies stunned the Suns. 1 year ago. Can you believe it was 1 year ago?
Yeah, it seems too long ago.
Feels like 100 years ago, frankly. This 1 year has been about 10 years in one.
Exactly, man. Good
so
God.
we've all aged a lot in a very, very short period of time. But Ja Morant back on the court, at least for a little while tomorrow, as the Grizzlies take on the Timberwolves. I can't imagine that you're going to see too much of him. I'm sure he'll start. I'm sure he'll play a little bit. But this is probably going to be much more about the deeper depth. What are you looking for in this game?
Playing a lot of guys, which was probably what we'll see during the regular season as well. Playing a lot of guys. I want to see Tilly. I want to see Bane. I want to see if these guys can knock down shots. Interested in seeing who the starting lineup will be. I've got my predictions. We talked about that this week. The Grizzlies have pretty much co-signed a lot of things that we've speculated and talked about as well. Whether it be through Grind City Media or things that you're hearing directly from Coach Jenkins. I just want to see all of that. I want to see the depth. I want to see the guys that we signed, inexperienced guys that we signed to contracts that we're trying to develop. I want to see what they look like.
I think it'll be Ja Morant. I talked to your friend Dylan Brooks about interchangeability. He says 1 through 4 is interchangeable. Within the context of the defense and the way that they play.
Okay, that's nonsense.
So it really doesn't matter whether he starts at the 2 or 3 or even the 4. I don't know that I buy that, but certainly the 2 or the 3 are interchangeable. So I think you'll see. But I think you'll see him start at the 3 with Grayson Allen as the starting 2.
I think the same thing.
That to me is
BC at the 4. We're gonna be Brandon Clark's gonna start.
Yeah, I think they'll start with Clark at the 4 and Jonas at the 5. It's just kind of a default thing. But I would like to see them kind of back off of that eventually and start someone else and allow Clark to come in off the bench. Same thing with like D'Anthony Melton. I think Melton's a better bench kind of.
And he plays well with BC. BC and Melton, their best minutes are together.
I think it's a good group. Like they got that group, Tyus Jones. Like there's a nice little bench group that's kind of developed some chemistry. I think they need to stick with that as much as possible.
Right.
Bench guys. I realize that there's definitely a stigma, between starting and coming off the bench amongst guys, but you got to have good bench play. You got to. And there's no problem with that. There should be no issue with that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited to see, probably more minutes for Conchar, probably more minutes for Desmond Bain, Killian Tilly, Xavier Tillman. I think you'll see a fair few minutes from those guys, and I hope somebody pops. I like that. There's nothing more fun than the first few weeks of a new player who's popping and who's kind of putting it together and just doing some stuff. And every game you're like, wow, he can do that. Oh, he can do that. He can do this. Like, wow, it's that makes it makes it a lot of fun.
I got a teaser going into the break. There's a player that we haven't mentioned at all since we've been talking about Grizzlies preseason. We're going to talk about him when we come back. Sports 56 Mornings with Peter and Anthony.
What about you forgot about our guy Kari? You just ran all over Kari.
Yeah, after we talk to Kari, somewhere in between, we'll I got to get in there.
Talk about it with Kari.
Yeah, we'll talk about it with Kari. I got to get in there.
Okay. All right.
You keep avoiding my Kevin Durant conversation. I'll drag it on the Monday if I have to.
You're going to have to drag it all the way.
That's fine.
You're going to keep dragging it.
This KD versus Luka stuff is the most disrespectful thing I've ever seen in my life. We'll talk about it soon.
It's really not.
Catch me in traffic. Catch you in traffic. What's my voice saying?
All right. Well, coming up, Kari Thompson and who is Anthony Sain talking about?
Yep.
All that still to come.
All 75 months at 3.4%. G4 LHF 129.69. MSRP 17,064. Outlander LZO 423.83. MSRP 26,235. PEV LZO 388.19. MSRP 38.1. Outlander PEV qualifies for a $5,836 federal tax credit. Consult your tax advisor. Includes all rebates and incentives. PF 695 excludes tax filing license with approved credit. CD for complete details. Offer ends 12/31/2020. Dealer stock only.
Where can you find 0% APR for 60 months, plus up to $1,000 cash back on 2020 crossovers, plus $500 holiday cash, plus payments at $99 a month? We Gossett at Gossett Mitsubishi on the Pike during the 2020 year-end sales event. 2020 Mitsubishi Mirage G4. Buy for $11,749 or $99 a month. 2020 Outlander. $20,571 or $259 a month. Plus crossover with 4x4 off-road capabilities with 74 MPG. 2020 Mitsubishi Outlander plug-in hybrid EV. $25,099 or $299 a month. Not leases, you own them. And Mitsubishi's 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty. Get to Gossett Mitsubishi today, 1870 Covington Pike, or shop online at memphismitsubishi.com.
If you want it, we got it at Gossett Motor Cars.
Attention foodies, there's a great new place to eat in a great restored building. South Hall Cafe is now open for breakfast, brunch, and lunch in the former Tobacco Corner. Chef Jesus Ramon is creating classics from scratch with a twist. Enjoy all your favorites, including the best cheese grits in the South, a full bar, an in-house pastry chef, catering, online ordering for curbside or delivery, and a covered patio with live music on the weekends. We're open 7 a.m. to 2 p.m. weekdays and 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. on weekends. South Hall Cafe, corner of Poplar and Mendenhall.
First Bank is here to help you, whether you're a business looking for a loan to expand or refinance an existing one, a homeowner looking for a mortgage or home equity line, a consumer wanting to finance your dream car, or wanting a competitive rate on your CD deposits. Let First Bank try to handle your banking needs. Stop into one of First Bank's 3 local branches today, 6482 Poplar Avenue just east of International Paper, 8398 Highway 64 across from Wolf Chase, and 6280 Highway 64 in Oakland, or check them out online at firstbankonline.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Good news. Southland Casino is now back open. That's right. The most spacious casino floor in the Mid-South is ready to welcome you back to the action with live blackjack, roulette, craps, and all your favorite slots. The action kicks off every day at 9 a.m. and rolls all the way till 5 o'clock the next morning. So what are you waiting for? Go ahead and make the short drive to Southland. We're ready for you. Must be 21 plus. Play responsibly. For help quitting, call 800-522-4700.
Hi, this is Troy Five-Ash, owner of Five-Ash Roof Services. You've heard me talk about how we offer the best products, the best warranties, and the best services for years. Now let's talk about pricing. Pricing should never be the only reason you hire a contractor, but in today's world, pricing is always a consideration. So we suggest you get 2 or 3 estimates for your roof replacement from a reputable, licensed, and insured company, and then give us a call. If we can't beat your best price for a comparable roof system by more than $100, we'll give you $100. It's that simple. We are so sure we can offer you the best price, beating all other qualified companies. We will hand you $100 if we can't, and thank you for the opportunity. So give us a call. What's the worst thing that's going to happen? Make $100? Five-Ash Roof Services, a proud supporter of Tiger Athletics and the official roofer of the Tigers home team. Five-Ash Roof Services, fair, honest, and ethical. 367-0050 or memphisroofer.com.
Five-Ash Roofing, it's what we do. We're here for you.
At Jason's Deli, you can stuff yourself full of great deli food that's healthy, fresh, and best of all, it's not expensive. Jason's Deli is all about choice. Whether you're looking for a gluten-free menu, vegetarian sandwiches, healthy kids' meals, or if you'd like to invent your sandwich via the build-your-own selections, Jason's Deli has you covered. And they only use fresh, wholesome ingredients. Choose from the club and specialty sandwiches, paninis, wraps, soups, salads, pastas, and much more. I love the cleanliness in the restaurant, the hospitality, and of course the cost. They have a huge salad bar and great soups, including Southwest chicken chili, fire roasted tortilla, organic vegetable, tomato basil, and many, many more. And if you're planning an event, their catering department is fantastic and can handle any size party. Go check out Jason's Deli's 4 locations. On Ridgeway in the Park Place Center, that's my favorite, on Germantown Parkway in Cordova, at Poplar and Highland, and on Goodman Road in Olive Branch.
We are Sports 56 WHBQ Memphis, W253DF Memphis, and WIVG Tunica Memphis. Flynn Broadcasting Stations. Sports 56 traffic.
So we're dealing with an overturned vehicle on I-240 westbound at Airways Boulevard. Traffic is definitely stacking up in that area. That's I-240 westbound at Airways Boulevard, having an overturned vehicle there. And that's your Sports 56 traffic update.
Welcome back to Sports 56 Mornings with Peter Edmiston.
Yes, I will be good, I promise.
Co-hosting Sports 56 Mornings is Anthony Sane.
That's great, man.
This hour is brought to you by Acura of Memphis. Now, back to Peter and Anthony.
The child grows up to be somebody you just love to burn. Mom loves the both of them. You see it's in the blood. Both kids are good to mom. Blood's thicker than the mud. It's a family affair. It's a family affair. It's a family affair. It's a family affair. Oh, no bear.
Yeah.
Wow, no bear.
Yeah. What? Come on! It's a Funky Friday. You feeling funky?
Nah, I took a fabulous shower before I came up here. Shout out to Dove Men's Plus Care.
I didn't say, are you smelling funky?
I don't want to feel funky either.
Well, good. Okay.
Shout out to Dove Men's Plus Care. Come find your boy, man. I got space for you on the roster. Black George Peters over here, man. Guy said, I was sad that you're making fun of him. I'm like, man, George Peters is like the legit gold model, man. Like, what are we talking about? Like, I had somebody that was a friend of George that says that it brought tears to my eyes too, man. It's a friend of George that said that I heard you say the Black George Peters thing, and I said he's like you've got the stuff, like I bless you to call yourself that. It cheered me up a little bit.
I think that's why I think that's why we do it.
Yeah.
Because it's legit. It's real.
Yeah. Tear me up, man.
It's beautiful. Hour number 3 is here, and we begin hour number 3 with our good friend from the Commercial Appeal, and of course on Twitter @ Kari Thompson. Ladies and gentlemen, he is Kari Thompson. How are you, Kari?
What up, Peter? How you doing?
What's going on?
What's up, brother?
Man,
First off, why did y'all run Kyrie out of Boston?
I mean,
Let's get right to it.
It was addition by subtraction. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay. So Kemba Walker's better than Kyrie?
I mean, the team is better than it was with Kyrie, is it not?
Well, y'all got put out by Miami with Kyrie out there? Nah, y'all probably wouldn't.
Yeah, we wouldn't even have made it that far. What are you talking about? What are you talking about, bro?
No, but seriously, what are your thoughts on Kyrie's bold move to say he won't speak to media at all this year? And do you think it'll actually last?
Kyrie's tripping, man, and I'm not saying that because he left. Like, he's legitimately tripping. I mean, he's gonna say I don't talk to pawns. Like, what? Come on, bro. Like, have some more respect. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I said too.
That's crazy.
But
That's
see,
crazy. Zane, are you agreeing? Are you agreeing with Kyrie? Are you on his side?
Zane is agreeing.
I take the side of media members can be trash. So I defend his right to say
Kyrie's takes can be trash.
Oh yeah, for sure. Especially stuff he's saying about LeBron. Like it's funny, but it's trash. You know, it's a horrible thing, horrible take. But I defend his right to be ticked off with media for the things that we do collectively. So,
bro, it's part of the job, man.
But we have a job too. We have a job. There's a part of our job that we should do better at. That's why I said, Peter, I think we all can do a better job.
What do you mean we? Wait, I thought you were a pop star. What do you mean we?
Well,
What's this we business? There's no we.
You know, I still got to carry the flag for you bums every now and again. I still got to put the T-shirt on. You know.
Unbelievable. I totally agree with you though, Kari. I think you're making great points again. Kyrie's I like what the guy does from a I like his activism. I like his mindset. I like the way he approaches things. I think he's a very sharp guy when it comes to that kind of stuff. So like I'm not knocking that aspect of it.
He just gets pulled to and fro. He gets pulled to and fro.
I think he's I think he just to me it's more of a he's knocking people and he's totally like lumping everyone together when that's just not the way that it is. You know, that's not fair to us as media members. It's not fair to anybody in society. Like we're not all the same. We shouldn't all be treated the same. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, like, I understand that you can be upset and get ticked off, but I mean, it's part of the gig, man. To talk to the media, like that's just what you do.
Kari can tell you. Kari can tell you. He's had to have some uncomfortable conversations with some people. You know, he's had to have some difficult conversations with folks in the high school realm, and that's just the way it goes, right?
Yeah, it's Martin Luther King we're talking to here, man. The guy almost went to jail for us. You know, come on, man.
Exactly.
True martyr. True martyr on the other line.
That's right.
True martyr for media. There you go.
Kari X joining us.
Kari X.
Kari X.
No, so I think it's now you were going to saying before we get into the Kari conversation, I'm not going to let you forget. You had said something about some Grizzly player that had not been mentioned yet.
Yeah. Haven't seen anything revolving Kyle Anderson, and the assumptions that he's not going to start at small forward. And then when you talk about rotations, we haven't mentioned Kyle at all.
No.
So to the both of you guys, Coach Jenkins has shown that there was a time where Kyle Anderson was out of the rotation last year. You know what I mean? And after Jay Crowder left, we saw Kyle creep back into it. I wouldn't be shocked to see a situation where Kyle Anderson, he goes from starter last year to not playing much at all this year. And that's my prediction. What say you, Peter and Kari?
Kari, you want to take this one first?
You guys take this one.
I think as far as I said it over the offseason. If anyone is like trade bait, it's Kyle Anderson. To me, he just doesn't fit the. It's funny because the numbers can sometimes be good with it because he's a good he's an interesting player. Like he's not he understands the concepts of what they're going for. He understands like the way they want to play. He's a very high IQ kind of player. But in terms of the skill set, like he's best with the ball in his hands. And but for the Grizzlies, when he's out there on the lineups, there's no lineup where he really needs the ball in his hands on a regular basis. The guys that need the ball in their hands, Ja Morant, obviously first and foremost. And then on top of that, you have Tyus Jones. And then, frankly, even beyond that, when Justice Winslow's healthy, his best minutes for Miami came as a point guard, handling the ball. So I don't see him as a guy that has a tremendous amount of value other than with the ball in his hands. But I also don't think he needs to be on these lineups and needs to be the guy that's handling the ball. So what do you do with a guy like that? Where does that guy go? I don't know. To me, I would agree with you that I just don't see much of a role for him with a lot of these lineups. Yep. And maybe I'm wrong. I mean, defensively, he positions himself well, and he's got some size and all that stuff. So maybe there's something there, but I don't know. I'm with you. I'm with you on that one.
So Kari, as far as the state awards go for football, how are those coming so far?
We got 2 winners for Mr. Football here in Memphis. Memphis actually won 2 out of the 3 private school awards for Mr. Football. So Dietrich Pennington from ECS, the 4-star O-lineman who's heading to Clemson, won for D2AA. And then Down Hayden, the Christian Brothers running back, the 4-star junior, he won for D2 AAA. So in the 2 highest classifications in private schools in the state of Tennessee, Memphis had 2 of the best players.
So Memphis won individually, but not collectively. Memphis is an individual.
No state title. To Mr. Football.
Awards championship. Memphis is an individual awards championship, but not all about anybody else, though, right?
Right. Well, I just think we should celebrate both those dudes because they had great years. And what's scary about Dallin is he's going to be better next year. I mean, he's coming back.
That is crazy.
Instead of 2,000 yards in a pandemic, he might get like 2,500, 2,600 like in a regular year. But
to watch him play, man, he is an extraordinary player.
Dude rushed for 2,000 yards in the pandemic. Let that sink in.
He's a special player. I wish it could have, led to a little more success for Christian Brothers as a team, but they just that was disappointing. It was a disappointing finish to their year.
Yeah, it was. But I mean, they got some talent coming back, and Dallin's not the only one. You know what I'm saying? Like, they got this kid Patrick Kudus on the O line. Like, he's about to blow up. Like, he has all the measurables for just what college is looking for, man. Like, one of those 6'5", 280, like 16 or 17-year-old kids. Like, like just a man child. Like, he already has SEC offers and stuff like that. Their O line.
We're making them bigger these days. I think it's the milk.
I know. Yeah,
it's crazy. The milk. It's the hormones in the milk. I mean, what are we doing here?
I don't know, man.
I think that's what it is. As
an expert on being a big guy, I don't even know. I don't even know what's getting into it, man.
Yeah, you're a big guy, and you're dwarfed by some of these guys.
Nah, I'm not by many high school football players. There are basketball players that are taller than me, but
I'm talking about weight wise, Kari.
No, I can hold my own weight wise, man. I've been eating, bro. This is the pandemic. I've been sitting around eating, man.
What are you 6'6", like 280? What are we talking about here?
Yeah.
Man.
When
is your offer? How much eligibility do you have left?
Is that what?
How much eligibility do you have left? Could you go back to Hampton? What they're looking for somebody?
4 years, bro. 4 years. 4 years, man. That's what I'm saying. Coach Pine need to holler at me, man. Deion Sanders, if you listen.
He needs some dogs, Kari.
He needs some dogs.
Need some dogs.
Listen, man, I'll play for JSU and I'll get them all the publicity, man. I mean, that's a double win.
Kari, Jonathan Lawson makes his debut today for Bluff City. Tell me more about Bluff City. Never heard of that school. Tell me more about that and and how that could benefit Jonathan in his senior year.
Bluff City is a school that started while I was on the beat, so they're a new high school here in Memphis, and I was shocked to hear that Jonathan was playing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I actually don't know how that works, but it is indeed happening. But it's good. I mean, he'll play. It sounds like it's more of a one-off. It sounds like I don't think he's playing the whole season with them. I think he's just playing this tournament to have the experience. But yeah, I mean, it's just a tough situation, man. I mean, I talked to Jonathan last night, and he was wearing his Oregon sweats and all that, and you got this kid that's supposed to be playing in the Pac-12 next season, but can't even play for Shelby County Schools.
Yeah, sad situation, man. So
that's bizarre.
So he's playing for this school. He's not enrolled in this school.
I don't know his situation. I don't know.
What are we doing, man? Like,
I'm kind of iffy on even bringing it up because I really don't know. Like,
yeah, I don't want you to get touched.
I
man.
had questions.
You already went to jail for us. I don't want you to get shot at for talking about Jonathan Lawson playing in the tournament.
I was like, how's that work? I had questions.
So he's playing. He's just gonna play in this tournament, and he'll sit out the rest of his senior year because his dad's still at Wooddale, right? His dad's still the coach at Wooddale, right?
Yeah, I don't think he's transferred from Wooddale to go to Bluff City. Like, I think if he was making a move like that, he'd hit up like a Bartlett or a Arlington, or someone like that. Go to Bluff City. Speaking of that, man, I mean, you saw what happened with FCS on display, man, because Amar Knox, who was at Central last year, transferred to Bartlett, and he dropped 38 on J.D. Davidson last night.
Yeah.
Like, and Bartlett beat them handily. Bartlett beat Calhoun School by like 20-something. I was there. It was crazy.
Yeah, I think I need to leave that Johnson story alone, too, man. Because if you ain't touching it, I don't think I need to touch it either. Pops out here, man. I can't be screwing around.
Yeah. Might need to pivot, bro.
That sounds kind of untouchable. Like just go watch the game, man. I'm asking the questions.
Yeah, just enjoy.
So, any other players who are top players in the city who are affected by SCS not playing? Are they playing for it? Are they transferring to other schools, or what are most guys doing? Are they transferring and sitting out? What are they doing?
Dude, I'm telling you, man. It's like some of these suburban schools that are close to the city, like Bartlett, a new spot, bro. Like, I think 3 of Bartlett's starters came from SCS school. Like, it was wild. It was like they're like making an all-star team. They got Amar Knox from Central. They got the Jacob brothers from East. Like, yeah. I mean, they built the squad. Like,
wow. So Bartlett's gonna be way better than what they were supposed to be.
No, well, the thing was Bartlett was really good the last 2 years, but then they lost a great senior class, so it was actually kind of supposed to be sort of a down year for them.
And now they got the Memphis All-Stars.
Now they're getting
SCS All-Stars out there.
But remember, that division is going to be tough because you got Houston and Mike Miller and everything he's putting together over there.
Oh, yeah.
And then you got Arlington in that same league, and Arlington is very good too, for sure.
All right, speaking of stuff we probably don't need to talk about, Mike Miller is a whole agent now. So how is he an agent and a high school coach at the same time? So help me with this one. Have you been instructed not to talk about that either?
Man, I mean, I saw Mike last night, man. Mike was
nah, he can't touch it.
Chilling, topping it up at that event. Have you guys been following the event? Iverson class. You know,
I won't be there. I won't show up to that. After my discussion today, I won't have anything.
That's a shame, bro. You could have met T-Mac. You missed out.
Yeah, I know. I'd rather meet Steven Jackson and Matt Barnes, man. Gold models on the podcast.
I got both of them up. They're both very cool. They're both super cool, for sure.
Yeah, I'm done talking, man, because people might find out where I live.
Man, so
so Mike Miller. Wait, what about this whole situation?
Agent Mike.
Agent Mike.
Yeah,
how does that work?
All right, here's my honest take on the situation. Is there even a rule built in for this? Because that's like a situation that you can't even ponder when you're like making the rules. Like when you're writing the TSSAA rules, are you really expecting that like former Grizzly Mike Miller is the head coach and try to be an agent? Like, how do you even write that into the rules? Like,
easy. You can't be an agent. You can't be a pro sports agent and coach high school sports at the same time. That's how you write that in.
Well,
so you're saying there probably isn't a rule for that.
Here's my question for you: is it wrong? Ethically.
It's not wrong, but how do you avoid situations like the James Wiseman situation with Penny? Like, how do you avoid it? Like,
yeah, that's. I mean,
no. How do you avoid the James Wiseman situation at all ever? Bro, people are getting paid left and right, man.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that sounds kind of crazy. Yeah, I'm gonna leave that alone. I don't want to get touched. I might drive through Germantown and let it fly barbecue or whatever. Come after
RJ Hampton, I follow up on.
RJ Hampton or somebody, pull up on. Yeah, I'm out. I ain't touching. I said, no, that was Zach. That was Zach Boyd that was saying this.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I don't know. It is a fascinating thing. Like, I don't. It feels like you just talking about it. You're like, this can't be right. This can't be accurate. This can't work. And apparently somehow at this point at least it is allowed. I don't know. It's a fascinating situation. I'm not sure.
I just want to point out that I have not independently confirmed that or the CA, but I think that was a New York Daily News report that he's an agent. So Victor,
maybe he's not an agent. He's just like an admin for the company. Maybe he just kind of does paperwork for him.
Right. He's a
player liaison or something.
Yeah. I want to make this clear because I don't want Mike saying that I was
an ambassador.
Yeah.
That's right.
Any of that.
Maybe he just answers the phone calls. Like if you call the agency, Mike Miller.
He's just
handles a social media account or something. This man's a sports agent and a high school coach at the same time. They can't be good. That can't be a good thing.
No, I don't know. Allegedly.
Supposedly.
Kari, thank you as always for your kindness and your time and all that stuff. Have a good weekend, my friend. Enjoy today. The weather's going to get a lot worse, so enjoy it today.
Thank you, guys. Have an allegedly good weekend.
You as well, man. Stay out of jail, man.
Yes,
hey.
That's right. Not on our behalf. Anyway.
Yeah, make sure you don't actually park your car on the parking lot. Make sure you get Ubered or something, shuttled to your car. You don't want to,
be careful.
Any bombs or anything blowing your car up.
Be careful.
Right.
All right, man. Thank you. I appreciate it. He is our friend Kari Thompson, who is joining us now. When we return, we're going to talk to somebody we've not spoken to before, Clyde Avant, who is a former Tiger, wide receiver, and former member of the dance squad. He's a musician and got a new song out and doing some fun stuff up in the Nashville area. So we'll talk to Clyde for a little bit. When we come back, looking forward to that. We'll have a little dose of that track. When we continue here, Real Sports Talk, Sports 56, 96.1, 98.5.
Listen online anywhere, anytime at sports56whbq.com.
Bartlett Small Engine has been serving quality power equipment since 1970. They have a full line of power equipment, parts, and services for most makes and models. Bartlett Small Engines has the best brands in the power tool industry: Honda mowers, trimmers, and generators, Steel blowers, trimmers, and chainsaws, Echo trimmers, blowers, and chainsaws, plus quality products from Red Mat and Shindawa. And they're all American made. Bartlett Small Engine is your can-do store. 6780 Summer Avenue. Call 901-386-9779.
The folks at Homer Skelton Hyundai want to say thank you. Thank you, Memphis, for another spectacular year. They set records, but I can understand why. You think about the product. Where else do you get a 10-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty? That's what you get on every new car at Homer Skelton Hyundai. Oh, and thank you again for the 11th straight year, the #1 certified pre-owned car dealership in all of Memphis. It starts with that product, but then it goes to the shopper assurance. Where else do you go where you get transparent pricing, flexible test drive, take the car for a couple of days if you want, streamlined buying process? You're not going to be there all day, in and out. And then, and I have not seen this anywhere else, the 3-day worry-free exchange. You buy a new car, if you've got any buyer's remorse, you've got 3 days to change your mind. Just get on Lamar, take it into Mississippi, the first exit's Craft Road, turn left, and go see Chris True and all the gang at Homer Skelton Hyundai.
Hi, this is Troy Fiveash, owner of Fiveash Roof Services. You've heard me talk about how we offer the best products, the best warranties, and the best services for years. Now let's talk about pricing. Pricing should never be the only reason you hire a contractor, but in today's world, pricing is always a consideration. So we suggest you get 2 or 3 estimates for your roof replacement from a reputable, licensed, and insured company, and then give us a call. If we can't beat your best price for a comparable roof system by more than $100, we'll give you $100. It's that simple. We are so sure we can offer you the best price, beating all other qualified companies, we will hand you $100 if we can't, and thank you for the opportunity. So give us a call. What's the worst thing that's going to happen? Make $100? Fiveash Roof Services, a proud supporter of Tiger Athletics and the official roofer of the Tigers home team. Fiveash Roof Services, fair, honest, and ethical. 367-0050 or memphisroofer.com.
Fiveash Roofing, it's what we do. We're here for you.
Rocking around the Kia rides, have a happy holiday. That's right, Mid-South. Gossett Kia on the Pike is rocking away at the Kia Holiday Sales Event. Command the season. And gift wrapping is available on your 2020 Kia Forte $142 a month lease. 2021 Kia Soul $148 a month lease. Plus 2021 Kia K5 $192 a month lease. All just 36 months, $3149 due at signing. So get them what they really want this season, a new ride from Gossett Kia 1900 Covington Pike. Or shop 24/7 at KiaCovingtonPike.com. Ask for Bobby J. He'll put you in a new Kia today.
If you want it, we got it at Gossett Motor Cars.
All 36-month leases, $3149 due at signing, 0 security deposit, $650 acquisition fee, 10,000 miles per year, 20 cents excess mileage, Forte ME 29910, MSRP 20,625. Sold M7755,682, MSRP 20,315, K5MG 003,199, MSRP 25,725. Includes all manufacturer rebates and incentives, PF 695, excludes tax title license with approved credit warranty is a limited powertrain warranty. See Kia.com or retailer for details. Offer valid through 12/31/20, dealer stock only.
Welcome back to Sports 56 Mornings with Peter Edmiston.
Yes, I will be good, I promise.
Co-hosting Sports 56 Mornings is Anthony Sane.
That's great, man.
This hour is brought to you by Acura of Memphis. Now, back to Peter and Anthony.
Turning on the TV, you know it kind of deceived me. The mass media, what they're gonna say. I saw the news this evening, and somebody was bleeding, and I see the same thing every day. No, and if you're gonna live by law, now tell the truth and what you saw.
This is Clyde Avance. New
Oh yeah, talking about that mass media. I'm down with it.
That's right. That's right.
And no telling what y'all may say.
There you go. It's nice. We Need Love is the name of the track.
Yes, sir.
And he's going to join us momentarily this hour, brought to you by our friends at Acura of Memphis, online, AcuraMemphis.com. 385 and Ridgeway is where you'll find them. Terrific folks over there at Acura Memphis, helping you get something nice for the holidays. This season, it's all about giving. And what better gift than a brand new Acura from our friends at Acura Memphis. What a great gift for the whole family. That TLX, 2021 TLX, the finest sedan Acura has ever made. Take that test drive and you will agree. And you can do everything virtually too, by the way, so you don't have to you can go there if you want, and they're taking all the COVID precautions for you, of course, there in the showroom. But if you want to get it all done virtually, they can do that too. Just go to AcuraMemphis.com and get everything started. It is terrific. You'll love the great folks at Acura of Memphis. Well, as I mentioned, you heard his track. Now you'll hear from the man himself, former Tiger football player, wide receiver, defensive back, also a member of the dance squad as well. Clyde the Glide Avant. He's part of a speed coach now up in the Nashville area, and he joins us now. Talk a little bit about that track and what's been going on. Clyde, how are you, man?
I'm good. How you doing, Peter?
Doing great, man. Doing great. First of all, since you were part of the Tiger team back in with I guess Rex Dockery's.
Man.
The last years, which what a terrible tragedy that was. And you also were part of the dance squad as well. What was your venture like with the University of Memphis?
Well, I think God planned that out, because I don't know if I would have been able to be on the gridiron and shake it down at halftime. So, but that was wonderful time in life. A great time. Got a lot of friends that I still have from there. A lot of guys I played ball with, guys I played against. And so many close friends. I mean, Sherry and I are still close. We don't get to see each other a lot, but man, she's a legend. So, but yeah, man, just a very, very blessed time. Me and my mother were talking about it just yesterday, and made her smile, and I'm sure Dad up in heaven is smiling too. So, but yeah, it was a great time, great friends. Like I said, a lot of ball players I'm still close with. I talked with Frank Smith, who was a tight end, and we also have a track together. So we talk a lot. Yeah, man. But it's a lot of fun, though. A lot of fun.
Well, you have been doing the music thing for a while now, and this is a really We Need Love. I think it's very appropriate for the time, but also the video is great. Check it out on YouTube. You can see it. You got obviously a nice production value on that too. It's a nice video that the folks can check out. What went into creating this song? What were your thoughts on it?
Ooh, oh, you went deep. You went deep, man. I think you just ran a go route. Well, I'll tell people that I didn't write that song. I say God wrote it. I always tell my friend Jackie, we talk a lot, that you got to go through it to get to it. So it was a difficult time and tough situation. I really didn't want to write anything that was kumbaya. I wanted to write more cult of personality, helter skelter. I was not happy, but God said no. So the situation that I'd gone through with my brother, it was, like I said, it was almost like the song was born out of hate, but love came out. It's almost like the way we're born, and if we accept Christ in our life, then he takes care of us. So that song, the words just flowed, and once it came into me and I was ready to write it, because I was not happy at the time, but it's hard for me to put something down on my pen, because I know that God wrote that one, and that one's very special. I mean, to have Nico Lyris, Wendy Moten, Derek Jackson, Pat Registers, Scott Thompson, Kurt Smothers, Susan Holloway on the track, man, that's an 18. That's 18, bro. So, I'm just thankful to have them to support me and to be with me and stuff. And Andy Knight, my boy, I call him Sauce from he's in Los Angeles now. He was my videographer, my editor, also my co-director. We directed it together, and Peter, to have those people on the video, all those are ex-gliders. Those are guys I trained. Nick Bell, Tony Wall, Centurion Duro, Austin Waddell, all the guys up in, and we went to Knoxville to film it, and those guys showed out. Got Megan Germoni on it. One of my best friends, Lisa's daughter. So it was fun, man. It was just to be on a venture that God put you on, man, and the gift he gave you, ain't nothing like it, man. That's serenity. So it was fun, man.
Clyde, you talked about guys that you train. Tell us more about Glide Speed and what that all entails.
Well, Glide Speed, man, is it's something that kind of started natural. You asked me if I was going to be a speed trainer in high school or college, man. I didn't know what it was. We didn't have speed trainers. You was fast, you was not. So, just what happened was it started, like they say, see what had happened was I was in school, and there was a guy that lived in our dorm, Taryn Wright. And this guy, I used to watch him on TV. And this guy was a track athlete, and actually a world-class athlete and a world record holder that lived in our dorm. So me not being stupid and where my daddy raised me to, think it out, I said, I'm going to talk to him. So, we had some coaches that were really, really good at dropping my speed from 4.65 to 4.4s. And then I went to Taryn, and that's when I went to that stupid speed. And Taryn helped train me. Then what happened was I actually started working with some of my teammates, like Jeff Walker, And, Jeff was a 5.25 guy, and he went to the combine, ran a 4.94. And so we were happy to break 5. And then Tim Doolin was one of my buddies, still is, like Jeff, and he was a 6'9", like 660 guy, and we got to train, and we trained together. He ran a 6'3", and he went to the Orioles. So I've been training guys ever since, work with Vanderbilt, work with my good friend, Tim Corbin. First team I worked with Phil Clark, Germantown Red Devils in 95. So I've been blessed, man, to be able to work with those guys. And, there's a lot of guys I work with that helped me get to the places. There's some teams I work with here in Nashville, some teams I work with in Memphis, and teams I work with Jackson Prep down in Mississippi with my boy Jeff Ince, a.k.a. Liquid, and Jeffrey, a.k.a. Ice, and those prep gliders down there. So, yeah, man, it's just a lot of fun. It's a lot of it's a blessing, man, just to be able to do what you did. Actually got a chance to do it on a television series. So, man, God is good, man, all the time.
What's my key to increasing my speed? What do I got to do, Glide?
I'm here for that too.
What do I got to do? I got to get my, I got to get up a little bit. Give me like a couple little pointers just real quick. What can I do?
Okay. All right. Well, I met Al Leiter with Maggie one time, and Al said, "Clyde, give me one thing. He said, one thing, man. If I'm gonna get faster, I'm like, this is Al. So let me go and get this. I said, Al, you've heard of Confucius? He said, yeah, of course. I said, well, I'm Glide Fucius. In order to run fast, you must run fast. So you need to run fast, but before you do that, especially when you hadn't ran in a while, you need to stretch and actually just hydrate a lot, man. Actually, people don't know how much water is so important in your part of being an athlete. They don't drink enough, the muscles stay tight. You need that water in your body. So I would say flexibility, hydration, and then just working on your speed. Like just start slow and just move up and start running faster. Now, the athletes that I train, they need to come out ready. They got to be ready. So, but really, man, I'm a form and technique freak, man. Because if you do something well, just like you guys on the radio show, you practice, you work on your enunciation, diction, you work on your delivery. The same thing with an athlete. If his stance is not right, watching my guys like, Tim and Dave Clark, coach hitters, and Ben Johnson, those guys, if your stance is not right and your hands aren't in the right place and your hips are not in the right alignment, then you're not going to be able to deliver that blow to the ball or even get to it. So I learn a lot.
I've always said, it's not just practice that makes perfect. It's perfect practice makes perfect. You got to practice the right way. You got to have the real stuff. That's right.
Exactly. And what's funny about that is what you said is like we were doing a routine once, and I think Sherry was out of town and Johnny was there, and we were practicing over and over and over. And let's do it again. I said, I got it. And like, you got it? I said, yeah, I'm going to eat a sandwich. I'm going, are you sure, Clyde? I'm like, yeah, I got it. Because I knew I had it enough time that I had it perfect. And then I'm like, okay, just get out and deliver. It's the same thing when you play or when you run. Like a lot of my guys that run, I tell you, man, that clock comes on and they get tight. If they see a clock that get tight, I said, dude, know that you're fast. Now, know it and show it. Go out there and have fun with it. And if you're tight, fellas, you can forget it. Tight is slow, smooth is fast.
Clyde, what's the biggest turnaround you've seen in your clients, like success stories?
Man, listen, I've got a guy. Now, you ain't going to believe this because I didn't believe it. There's a guy in Mississippi now. His name is Ethan Coley, but I call him Easy. And then there's another guy, Ozzie Pratt. Ozzie ran a 6.95. His dad, Russ, said, Clyde, I think he should be like a 6'7". I said, well, yeah, his legs are running a 6'6", but his upper body's running like a 7'1". That's why he's running a 6'9". So you got to kind of marry them together. And a lot of like what I talk with Coach Clark, and he tells people, he goes, Clyde, I coach more the upper body than the lower body if the lower body's in alignment. If the feet are striking on the ball of the feet, if the knees are doing right. Most of the time today, kids' knees don't get up. But this guy, Ethan Coley, man, Easy, a.k.a. Easy Glider, ran a 7.4 in June. That's a 60 time, a 7.4 in June of 2019. In May, about 10 and a half months, early May, he ran a 6.47.
Woo!
I didn't believe it till I made sure I looked at the video several times. Ozzie ran a 6.95 in October He ran a 6.3 in May. That's just, yeah, yeah. But when I train him, I don't expect that. I expect you to come out and give me what you got and work harder. I mean, Captain Jack down in Siegel, he was a 5.8 40 in December of 2017, and in August of 2018, he ran a 4.82.
Well, I know you've got that's fantastic. I know you got a lot of folks that you've trained here, a lot of folks that are out here that know and remember your days as the University of Memphis. I want to say congratulations on the track. Congratulations on the music track and the actual track as well. All the work that you're putting in. It sounds terrific, man, and I wish you nothing but continued success.
Fellas, well, I appreciate you. God bless you, man. And we got to realize, hey, man, Jesus ain't dead. The people just scared. Come on now. We need to love each other.
Clyde, appreciate it, man. Clyde the Glide. Again, check out We Need Love on YouTube and all over the place. It is an outstanding track. Thanks, Clyde. Appreciate it, bud. He is the Glide. Clyde the Glide, Avant. A lot of you may remember from back in the 80s, and he's going to help me achieve my true speed.
Yeah. I got to lay off the Central Barbecue, Sunrise, and all that type of stuff.
Me too. I love it. I love it. But it doesn't help my speed, I will say. It does not help my speed at all. All right, when we when we return, we'll get into this weekend, including Tigers Houston, Tigers Auburn. We'll talk about that matchup on the hardwood, and of course the Grizzlies too. So a very busy weekend. We'll preview it for you next here, Sports 56 Mornings.
Same great shows.
We welcome you back to Sports 56 Middays.
What's up? It's Sports 56 Happy Hour.
A new spot on the FM dial. Check out Sports 56 on our new FM home at 98.5.
Brian Elder's Roofing Solutions.
Chris Price here for Brian Elder Roofing. The storms we've had over the past several months have been devastating to our communities. The rainy season is ahead. You may have not even noticed the dripping in your attic, water stains throughout your home, or even worse, mold and mildew. Please call Brian Elder Roofing and we will send out our project managers to assess any damage. We will not try to sell you a roof if all you need is a repair. We will measure your roof from outer space. 0% for 60 months, even no payments till 2022 are available with approved credit. If you've noticed missing shingles, water stains, leaks in your roof, call us before you call your insurance company at 867-0303. That's 867-0303, and we will provide a free, thorough inspection of your roof's condition.
Call 867-0303. Brian Elder's Roofing Solutions.
All 36-month leases, $31.49 due at signing, 0 security deposit, $650 acquisition fee, 10,000 miles per year, 20 cents excess mileage, Forte ME 299.10, MSRP 20,625, Soul M7755,682, MSRP 20,315, K5MG 003,199, MSRP 25,725, includes all manufacturer rebates and incentives, PF 695, excludes tax title license with approved credit warranty is a limited powertrain warranty. See Kia.com or retailer for details. Offer valid through 12/31/20. Dealer stock only.
Are you ready to be happy this holiday season? Well, we got you covered at Gossett Kia South Mount Moriah. So come be happy with Kia's holiday sales event. Command the season. 2020 Kia Forte, $142 a month lease. 2021 Kia Soul, $148 a month lease. Plus 2021 Kia K5, $192 a month lease. All just 36 months, $31.49 due at signing. Stay happy all season long with Forte, $142, Soul, $148, Kia K5, $192. So whether you live in Horn Lake, South Haven, Olive Branch, or Memphis, you'll be happy at Gossett Kia, 2680 Mount Moriah or KiaMountMoriah.com.
If you want it, we got it at Gossett Motor Cars.
At First Bank Mortgage, their core purpose is to help you get to a better place. That better place may be a lower monthly payment, that vacation you thought was impossible, or getting into a home with a fenced backyard where your kids can play. To get into your better place, First Bank Mortgage makes decisions right here at home. Dedicated to helping you get to your better place, First Bank Mortgage. Call Daniel Mooney at 901-462-0145 today. NMLS 741022. Equal housing lender.
Hi, I'm Tito Beveridge, founder and master distiller at Tito's Handmade Vodka. In 1997, I started the first micro distillery in the state of Texas with my dog, Dog Joe, at my side. We're still working with dogs out at the distillery after all these years. Learn more about how dogs are a part of life here at Tito's Handmade Vodka at vodkafordogpeople.com. Tito's Handmade Vodka is made from corn and naturally gluten-free. Cheers. 80 proof Tito's Handmade Vodka, distilled and bottled in Austin, Texas. Tito'sVodka.com.
All 75 months at 3.4%. G4 LHF 129.69. MSRP 17,064. Outlander LZO 423.83. MSRP 26,235. PEV LZO 388.19. MSRP 38.1. Outlander PEV qualifies for a 5,836 federal tax credit. Consult your tax advisor. Includes all rebates and incentives. PF 695 excludes tax filing license with approved credit. CD for complete details. Offer ends 12/31/2020. Dealer stock only.
Where can you find 0% APR for 60 months, plus up to $1,000 cash back on 2020 crossovers, plus $500 holiday cash, plus payments at $99 a month? We Gossett at Gossett Mitsubishi on the Pike during the 2020 year-end sales event. 2020 Mitsubishi Mirage G4, buy for $11,749 or $99 a month. 2020 Outlander, $20,571 or $259 a month. Plus crossover with 4x4 off-road capabilities with 74 mpg. 2020 Mitsubishi Outlander plug-in hybrid EV, $25,099 or $299 a month. Not leases, you own them. And Mitsubishi's 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty. Get to Gossett Mitsubishi today, 1870 Covington Pike, or shop online at MemphisMitsubishi.com.
If you want it, we got it at Gossett Motor Cars.
Welcome back to Sports 56 Mornings with Peter Edmiston.
Yes, I will be good. I promise.
Co-hosting Sports 56 Mornings is Anthony Sane.
That's great, man.
This hour is brought to you by Acura of Memphis. Now, back to Peter and Anthony.
Yeah! Back with you. Wrapping up this week. Woo! Big thanks to Glide for joining us. This weekend, go see some fast running on the basketball court. Tigers, Auburn. Who you got?
First, I was thinking Auburn was going to kill Memphis, but
Kill Memphis, jeez.
I don't know, man. I think the Tigers might pull this one out, man. I'm not going to make this a fan
they should.
Yeah.
From a
from
a ratings standpoint, all that, the Tigers are.
But you're talking about one of the best coaches in college.
Ken Pom says that they're 7 points better.
It's one of the better coaches in the game on the other side, though. Who probably can do more but less.
Are you downplaying Penny?
Penny's not there yet, man. Penny's my guy, but he's a third-year coach, man.
Can't believe you down. This is
a third-year coach who never was on anybody's bench. He's this new to the game as new can be.
What if Penny came up to in the press conference and was like, "I ain't got time for y'all. King doesn't talk to pawns," and then just walked away?
I say Penny probably got valid reason, bro. Man, the way these guys softball Penny, he ain't gonna never say that. The guys, the Memphis media takes care of Penny. Like that's, ain't nobody except for Giannato.
See,
Giannato gonna get touched though. Watch, you gonna look up local radio host Mark Giannato has been missing for 2 weeks. Don't be over here like, I know where he at. I don't know where he at, but I know what happened. Giannato be trying to play Penny, man. Like, hey, you ain't Caucus, man. The Caucus Caucus used to do that stuff with all kind of folks back in the day, but hey, you ain't that ain't Coach whoever, bro. That's Penny Hardaway. From the heart of Binghamton,
So you think the Tigers might just squeeze this thing out?
Yeah, I think Memphis can beat them, man. This is gonna be the DJ Jeffries game.
Well, I mean, he's certainly played better. The question becomes, how much do you really take from the 3 games that you saw at home?
Nothing.
Where they kind of were just sort of okay in the first game and then not so good against Central Arkansas, where they were down at the half, then came back and ended up winning pretty comfortably. Third game against literally the worst team in college basketball, they won easily. Can you take anything from that, or is that just a little pause and now you're back to some actual?
I take it as much as when they played CBU and Lamont on. If they had played CBU and Lamont on in the preseason game, or Athletes in Action. Shout out to them. You remember them back in the day? Athletes in Action?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. It's the way that it's interesting because they changed the time on this thing to 4:00 too, because they didn't want to interfere with the Auburn football game, and so it was. But it works out well because it means that you can watch, Tiger football and Tiger basketball simultaneously. You can also watch Grizzlies right afterwards if you want to keep watching little hoops and all that. So good stuff for there. You mentioned athletes in action too. My PE teacher in school was a former athletes in action player.
For real? What happened to them, man? Who funded them?
Really,
was this like a religious organization?
I think it was a Christian thing.
Yeah, because who funded them to get across the country and take L's from colleges all over the world?
I think they occasionally won some too.
Because it was former college players, right?
Yeah, I remember. I totally remember athletes in action.
Let's look that up, man.
Yeah, I gotta see what happened to athletes in action back in the day, man. Yeah, he was pretty good. He was a pretty good little player. Pretty good.
Let me see.
Long time, obviously, before that. But
Christian.
So
it'll be. Yep.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
I seem to
donate to your local church so Athletes in Action can come back, man. And on your tithe envelope, put.
You don't need that. We don't need that anymore, do we?
Where it has a description on your tithe envelope, put Athletes in Action on there. And hold your pastor accountable, man, to send that money to.
Well, Auburn is has self-imposed a postseason ban. I'm not sure that they were going to get to the postseason anyway. So this season they obviously are playing for something different altogether. As you pointed out, the scouting report on Auburn indicates that they do take a lot of threes. They like to jack it up, as they say. The number one frequency 3-point shooting team in the entire country. They've taken 142 threes out of 243 shots overall. So that tells you that 101 of their shots have been twos and 142 of their shots have been threes. It's about 59% of their shots are from behind the arc. So your perimeter defense is going to be tested. Interior-wise, not so much. They are out there. They got some great names on there too. I want to give a shout out to JT Thor, great name. Also Babatunde Akingbola, a fantastic name to say. So good stuff all the way around from Auburn.
Yeah, they put them up. And a guy earlier said, like, Memphis isn't good at defending threes. Team's only shooting 32% against us this year. So.
Memphis is one of the better defensive teams.
Yeah,
in the
exactly.
country,
I can't get with you on that one, fam.
No, Memphis's defense has been one thing that Penny's teams have been pretty sound defensively throughout. They were one of the better defensive teams in the country last year. They are statistically one of the better defensive teams in the country this year. You just have to kind of take into account it's so early, and the level of opposition just hasn't really been there. So, but they played reasonably well defensively for the most part against even the better teams that they've played. The thing with 3-point shooting defensively is you have to try to stop teams from taking the threes, and that's the difficult thing with Auburn because like for example, if you look at their game against South Alabama, the game that they just played last weekend, they took 54 shots, 41 of them were from three. That means they only took 13 twos in the game. That's about 78% of their shots were threes. So, and they shot 54% from three. They made 22 of 41. So, that's not good for the opposition.
They're the Houston Rockets of college basketball.
Man, that's
exactly what they are.
And of course, they are
letting that Mother Nature fly, and it's out there. So, I mean, look, man. It's pretty simple. They're going to take those threes. If they're hitting them, you're in trouble. But they're probably not going to hit them because they're not that good. I mean, they're pretty good, but they're not that good. And they're not the greatest defensive team either. So Tiger offense, this one has the makings of I think it's going to be a little lower scoring than people think because I think Auburn's going to miss their threes, but I also think they're going to do a pretty good job of stopping Memphis. And Memphis offensively has struggled a little bit. Landers Nolley being back is going to be big. And I think it's time for him to kind of he's going to have to step up. DJ Jeffrey's going to have to step up. There's a pathway for this Tiger team to be quite good. But they've got to put these talented pieces together and actually play as a team. That's the thing. We'll see if they can do that. Same thing with Tiger football. They're taking on Houston as well. And then we got the Grizzlies in preseason action against the Minnesota Timberwolves. So very busy weekend. I know the guys are going to talk all about it next, coming up on middays. Our thanks to Kari Thompson. Our thanks to Clyde Avant as well. Thanks to all of you guys for joining us for what has been a fun week of the show. Have a great weekend, y'all. It's going to get a little cooler, so grab that jacket. Have a good one. We'll talk to you on Monday.